everyone. Welcome to Warriors of Waterdeep, the Anvil of Dumathoin, and welcome to Roll Together. We are so thrilled to be streaming this stream, working very closely with Ludia, who make Warriors of Waterdeep, to create a game based on their game. So we'll be streaming a story based on their video game, and we are absolutely thrilled to be giving it a go. We're playing Dungeons & Dragons, which, in case you weren't aware of what we were doing or what we usually do, that is tabletop role-playing games, specifically D&D. How does D&D work? What am I doing here? Who are these people? Why do they have funny names under their names? What are all these logos around them? If your existential crisis goes that far, maybe, do something else. But for right now, the existential crisis is not real because we're all here to entertain you and tell lovely stories in an improvised role-play environment using Dungeons and Dragons as our basis for doing so. Dungeons and Dragons is a game where you roll dice to do stuff. I wish it was... Yeah, that's what it is.
That's okay.
Roll dice to do stuff, and they all have character sheets which tell them what they can do. But you can see arrayed on the left-hand side of the screen, and you may recognise the characters from Warriors of Waterdeep. See what we've done there, yeah. So yes, that's what we're doing today, and everything else they encounter in the world, all of the terrible monsters from the video game, all of the lovely NPCs who give them loads of magic items and stuff, that sort of thing. That's all me. So that's what I'll be doing while they are rolling dice to see what happens. I'm also going to be playing the weather. Cool, right. Before we...
The weather doesn't feature much in the game, Chris.
It can
I am adding weather. I am adding weather because it is...
What's the fire?
There's not a fire, it's true.
That's not weather.
It's not weather. I'm with Ed, that's not
live in the
weather.
nine hells.
Well, that's true. Depends where we are. Cool.
Anyway, these lovely players will be playing their characters, and together we will tell our story. And I think it's probably best if we go around and meet all the players. So, if you wouldn't mind giving your name, your pronouns if you wish, your character's name and their pronouns, maybe a little bit about them, as these characters are pre-existing characters from the video games. So, not like we have to hide who we are today. Let's start with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Natalie.
I knew making a face would draw attention to me.
Everyone made a face, Nat. You were not
Okay,
alone.
that's all right then. Hello, I am Natalie. Nat is also fine. I use she, her pronouns. I am going to be playing Thomas Tallstep, who is a halfling fighter of the Battle Master variety. He's small, he hits stuff, and he protect.
You've got to type that.
I mean, what else do you need to say? That's
Oh, that's good.
He's also the most
I'm making a
adorable little
meme,
chonker.
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Thomas is one of my mainstay party characters. He's so useful. So yes,
Absolutely.
excited to see Matt playing him. How lovely. Let's move on to Niall.
Hello, that's me. I'm Niall Sarg. I use he, him, and I'm going to play Nolan Ghidorah. Ghidorah! Sorry. So much fun to do when you're by yourself. It's not as fun on stream. But yeah, I'm going to be playing a dwarf rogue assassin, which I'm pretty excited for because I've been dying to play this class forever. And I love stabbing people on the game. It's one of the easiest ways to get rid of a fool in a fight who steps near my party.
You're also
Just shank them to death.
and you're a one-hit kill machine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
buzzing. I'm buzzing.
Great. Thank you very much, Niall. Edward.
Hello, I'm Ed. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Halvanet I haven't seen this name that many times. Soladinal. I think that's right.
It is.
Who uses they, them pronouns. They are a high elf light cleric, I think it is.
Yes.
And is therefore the... I was about to say this, the conscience of the party. I don't think that's a good idea. They are the person who will heal rifts, let's say, of any variety.
They are the
and,
putative leader. That is very much established in canon.
Exactly, and try and maintain that they should be the commander of the party. Whether they are or not is, well, pretty much up to everyone else.
This is true. You can choose to obey orders. Good.
Yes, whether they do or not, entirely up to them.
Thank you very much, Ed. Playing the one-man battle tank that is... one-person battle tank that is Halvanet. Yes. Excellent.
Indeed.
Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns M or Emma. I'm playing Chivarith, who is the most blasty wizard in all of Wizarddom. Chivarith uses she, her pronouns. I'm very excited. I have taken all of the classic evoker spells, and I intend on using them.
Is you playing someone like Chivarith the only way you'd possibly play a wizard? Just blasty, blasty, blasty.
No, okay. I have played intelligent characters before. I can do spells that are not blasting things. I just don't want to.
Look, our fans know you for one
Played
thing.
a very good summoner. I remember that. You summoned everything.
Look, I've prepared blindness, deafness. I just could also cast lightning bolt.
Yes. One's much more effective than the others, depending.
Our fans have said, and chat will surely reinforce this, hello chat, good to see you, that you are very much the person who does 3-figure damage in games, so...
I'm sure everyone's really looking forward to me trying to play an intelligent character.
You can play intelligent. Intelligence wasn't the question.
I am rather intelligent. I just enjoy playing stupid characters.
Saying you're not smart,
very well.
Cambridge grad. Good, lovely. And finally...
That's a secret.
No, we're
Yes, exactly.
And finally, Anna.
Hello. My name's Anna. I use they, she, and he pronouns, all of the pronouns. Give me them all. I will
Greedy.
take them. I'm playing Coriolis Rylve, who uses she, her pronouns, and she is a gnome wild magic sorcerer, and we can expect lots of chaotic things from her, and she has what I think is the most useful feature in Warriors of Waterdeep, which is Death Ward, which is the ability to give people Death Ward, which
Which you don't have in this game. You don't have this.
I
as
don't
part of
have
what
it
we're
in
doing.
this game, and I'm sad about it. But she has it in the phone game, and that's very exciting.
It is. I particularly like when you do the thing where Coriolis does the thing, where she just takes the entire row of your allies and goes, random status effects. Here we go. All
Yeah.
positives. Here you go.
See what happens.
You're
Almost-
more effective now. Go.
Almost always horrifically lethal, which is just fantastic. The perfect buff. See if we can replicate that in D&D world. But I think we're going to have to accept that some parts of the game are going to work in D&D, and some parts of D&D we're going to just do. So we'll find a way to make those balance nicely as part of play. So before we kick off, this stream will run for approximately 3 hours or so, with a 10 to 5 minute break somewhere near the middle, depending a bit on where the improv leads us at that point in time. So do check in on that and ask in chat when the next break will be, and we'll work it out from there. We are delighted to be sponsored by Ludia, who make Warriors of Waterdeep, and we're thrilled to be working with them on this stream and with all of their lovely assets and music and all the rest of it you'll hear throughout. So yes, absolutely delighted to be working with Ludia, and thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to make a stream of this game. It's going to be great. We are on all social media as Roll Together RPG, so do follow us, like us, subscribe to us, all the online things, all the digital things. My tech team's going to kill me, but yes, all of the digital things, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. There's links in chat where you can do all the things and like, subscribe. You're supposed to subscribe and, what do they say on YouTube videos? Do subscribe and
Like
click
favorite.
that
Click the bell
favorite,
button.
click the bell button. Yeah. I know what I'm doing.
I'm too
Star
old.
dudes.
But yes, do join us on all of those, and we're on Patreon as well. Join our growing D20 club, call themselves the Dice Heads. Sometimes you can join from just £1 or $1, so you can join in and find out more about what we're doing in advance. You always get a little bit in advance on the Patreon. Our shows are also available as podcasts if you'd rather not look at us, if you'd rather just hear us. So that is also an option. Just download on your favourite podcasting app, or even on podcasting apps you don't like. It's there as well. That's totally fine.
Missing out. That's all I'm
You
saying.
like
Missing
weeping
out.
angels, like someone's going to blink or something, and be like,
As long as you're hearing us, we're there.
Finally, we play with a diverse set of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players, characters, and DMs in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but do appreciate it does sometimes happen and have a policy in place should any misgendering occur. If we miss anything, please do let us know. We're always open to being corrected. Right. Should we start? Should we start?
Let's.
And so we begin. The Anvil of Dumathoin. It's another day in Waterdeep. The Yawning Portal, one of the most famous of Waterdeep drinking establishments, has a sign outside the front saying a private function, which is rare, extremely rare. Inside, the barman, Dernan, is wiping down glasses, looking beadily around the very, very empty room, but he's not too concerned. He gets paid plenty of money to make the Yawning Portal sometimes not be open to guests, and with the person who asked him to keep the Yawning Portal closed tonight, well, she's got deep pockets. Speaking of her deep pockets, Laeral Silverhand, the Open Lord of Waterdeep, teleports into the Yawning Portal, just appears in the centre of the
Alright for
space.
some, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're the Open Lord of Waterdeep, yeah. Laeral tends to favour the sort of long, flowing silken robes, but today she's not in a long, flowing silken robe. Today she is armoured, full breastplate, armoured sleeves, the entire works, wearing basically sort of silvery blue plate mail, like she's going to war. Pretty rare. Dernan looks up and has a moment of then finds a glass to polish and just polishing the glass. In the corner is sat a slightly older, more portly gentleman, Mert the moneylender, who just looks as Laeral enters and gives a sort of polite nod. Nothing too formal, nothing too forward. And as Laeral stands in the room looking around, sort of wooden floorboards, a crackling fire in a strange fireplace, looks almost like a head, mouth open wide. There's a knock at the door. Halbernet, how would you enter the Yawning Portal?
Not quite kicking open the door, but definitely a sort of, I'm here! Not saying that, but just as a, expecting the room, expecting the room to all turn around and pay a lot of attention. And they don't, which is a shame.
Well,
But
there's
not
no
a
one
problem.
there.
Although, exactly.
As you step inside, Laeral does turn around, see you, and with the broadest of smiles walk over to you and hold out both her hands towards you to clasp both of your hands in a quite a sort of warm, friendly... I'm going to say it's almost like a hug, but it's more of that sort of warm, familiar, respectful greeting than anything else.
My heart
Halbernet
sings to
Soladin.
see thee. Sorry. What did
Please.
you say?
Your name.
Albanet Soladonel.
Yes, Halbernet, it's a pleasure to see you once more, my old friend.
My heart sings to see you.
Indeed. Well, you came quickly.
I thought it would be important that you had a person here who at least knew a little what they were doing, considering that I have been doing this for, it feels like centuries now.
Well,
But,
I think
I mean,
in both
it can't
our
be that
cases,
long.
it's fair to say that it is centuries, isn't it? You both smile. You are very long-lived elves. Both of you have had quite long, extensive lives and experiences, adventures. Maybe not together per se. You don't quite run in the same circles, but you are aware of each other and relatively respectfully close.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got quite the thing I need from you today, although I will need to keep some of it under wraps with some of your travelling companions.
Very well. I am as solemn as the grave, as you know.
Good.
Solemn, as quiet as the grave, that's what I mean.
Could be both. I'm open to new idiom.
Glad to hear. We must be open to new things, otherwise we get lost. Lost in our old nostalgia. I remember the time long ago when... oh no, maybe not now.
Who's the next person who would enter?
Save him.
I guess
Save him from
probably me.
Sure. How do you enter the Yawning Portal?
I probably knock politely and wait for someone to open. It's a pub. Were we invited?
You were invited, yes.
But it's a pub. Is it currently open?
It says private function on the door.
No, then I'm going to knock and wait for someone to open the door.
There's a knocking at the door, and Laeral will look at you, Halbernet, and go,
And Halbernet will go over to the door and open it up with the same kind of flourish as they entered with. Who are you?
I was invited.
No, my profoundest apologies. I did not mean to suggest that you weren't. Merely that Well, it is very good to have you here. Please come on in.
Laeral from the bar where...
Gonna like do the thing, you know, where you walk past someone, but like turn your head to look at them as you walk past them.
From the bar, Laeral, who has walked over to Dernan at the bar, turns around and goes, who is it?
I have no idea. What is your name, sorry?
I'm Shivareth.
Ah, splendid. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Oh, Lady Silverhand.
Yes. Would you like a drink?
Try and assess what would be appropriate to drink at this time of day.
It's sort of late afternoon.
Wine, please.
Of course. How
I will have one too, if...
Of course, no problem at all. Allow me. She will turn back towards the bar and be chatting to Dernan and leave the two of you to your own devices.
So, how did you find out about this escapade?
I was invited. Were you not invited?
I was sent for. Not quite the same thing, but very glad to be here.
And what exactly is it that you do? Gonna look you up and down. Are you obviously a cleric?
I mean...
I think, I don't think I don't think there's a sign above the head, but I think it's if it would be a fair assumption to make, and that's the. Oh, I am something of a healer of rifts, perhaps, and it feels as though any party that is sent out on some wild adventure always has use for a person who can put people back together.
Oh, well, excellent. I shan't be needing your assistance, but it's good to know that you're here, of course.
I like to think that I bring some experience, and I presume that you bring...
Fire, mostly.
Oh, good.
Of the magical variety.
Excellent.
Yes.
Actually a pyromaniac, or just a keen exponent of this flame stuff?
I don't produce fire unnecessarily, only when required.
Right. Same way I, as you say, I do not heal people unnecessarily, just when they're hurt.
Laeral walks back over with 2 glasses of wine.
Are you hurting people specifically to heal them? Because
depends what they've done.
That does seem rather concerning.
Oh, I'm glad you two are getting acquainted. She hands you both glasses of wine. The door... Well, does it open? Does it knock? Who is it next?
I have a question about this place. Are there windows on the outside as well?
Yeah.
I'd like to see in.
They're only internal windows.
Does it have windows on the outside?
Well, may I open a window?
How are they standard person height windows?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Who's coming in next?
I think a small red-headed gnome just pokes her head around the door to just see if it's like popping off, hoping it will be, and then kind of like does a disappointed face and then just kind of stays there until just observing.
Are you coming in?
Oh, me? Yeah, I guess. Am I allowed? Is that all right?
Yes. Why not? Please do come on in.
Oh, great.
Were you
And
invited?
immediately just goes up to the bar. Is like, ale, please.
It
but
is
only a half because I'm wee.
Private function.
Oh, don't
Yeah,
worry.
no, I was invited. Yeah.
Yes. Laeral just sort of tries to smooth and then, no, it's fine. Let it happen. Dernan will look down at you and go, can I see some ID?
Off on my name.
That is extremely heightist of you.
Oh, as in, you look
You
like
never seen a gnome?
No, I've seen gnomes. Just, I can't, you look quite young for ale.
Oh, for f***'s sake. Right, hold on. And
Coriolis does look young for a
How
gnome.
does this work?
Not just Coriolis is short, therefore young. Coriolis does look young for a gnome.
Coriolis just kind of rifles through a bag that is very obviously not organised in any way, pulls out things that just don't make any sense, like,
Old
you know,
fish.
and yeah, and then just pulls out like kind of a piece of paper with like a picture of her and her parents' shop, and then like kind of a date of birth. It's just a mess.
Okay.
Right, thank you. Half an ale. Durnan will turn around and start pouring you half an ale.
Are you a jester of some kind? What is this? You have a bag of miscellaneous wonderfulness.
Thank you.
It seemed rather
No.
disorganized. If you'd like some help organizing it, I could assist you with
I know where
that.
everything is. All right. No, I'm here. I was invited.
Coriolis is a prodigy in the field of magic.
Oh, how very
She's not
intimidating.
the only one.
Well, exactly.
Oh, not quite, Shavareth. Just, you are a very learned wizard and spellcaster of some repute, but Coriolis came by her powers a bit more organically and is learning to control.
Oh,
Learning to control your powers is not more impressive than learning them in the first place.
I didn't mean to give that implication. How does the next person enter the room?
There's probably, just a quiet little knocking. Like, there's possibly been, for anyone who's super perceptive, like prior to this, occasional like armor clanks outside, and then nothing. But then eventually, there is a small knocking on the door.
Laeral will look at Halbernet again.
very well, and go over him with the same flourish. Who are you?
Hello, Constable Tallstep, reporting for duty. I was told to come here.
Very well, and get ushered in.
Hello.
There seem to be quite a few of us now. We are getting together quite the little party. I don't mean little as it. Oh Lord.
Coriolis is thrilled to have somebody more her height there.
Coriolis is about half a foot shorter than Thomas, but Thomas is still extremely
nearly
short. Like, you're both in the 3 to 2.5 foot bracket, so yeah, very much shorter. Constable Tallstep, this is Coriolis, Shavareth, and Halbernet.
Pleased to meet you all. Open Lord Silverhand.
Are you of the military persuasion?
And of the Waterdeep militia.
Excellent, first class.
The Watch. Not the militia, the Watch.
Well, good. Either way, it will be useful to have a firm sword hand at the tiller. Yes.
Constable.
Thomas kind of nods and kind of puts a hand on his scabbard and kind of...
Excellent.
Constable Tallstep has been involved in a number of very similar incidents, so may have a keen eye for what you are looking for.
Ah.
What exactly are we looking for?
There's still one member of the party to come, so I'll wait until they arrive.
Can I ask now, if this is possible, can I have been sat at the bar the entire time? Because my stealth
I was thinking you were going to
so
come
good that the entire time this conversation's been happening, I've just been sat there at the bar. I just want to have my water skin and be like, oh, we're already all here.
Say what now, for that cool moment to happen, I require a stealth roll, and it's the first roll of the game, so...
That's a 26.
Hell. I'm guessing no one's passive beats a 26.
No.
Even Laeral passive doesn't beat a 26, so... Now, describe the scene, and then we can all react to it accordingly.
As Laeral says, we're waiting for one more member. Smash cut to the end of the bar as a water skin gets put onto the side. It's like, oh no, we're all here. And a dwarf with braided hair and a little skull cap made of metal is sat at the end with a large indent in their face known as a scar. sort of glinting in the sunlight as like an old western kind of shine through her eyes as she then just cracks her neck and looks at the rest of the party, just observing the whole time. And you realise maybe she's been there the whole time.
Oh, excellent. Someone competent.
Laeral will turn with a small start and then smile. A decent performance check. Most of you probably think Laeral totally knew that Nelman was there. Durnan, on the other hand, drops a glass and there's a very loud dung, dung, dung. The barman just looks left and right a little bit and then Sits down below the bar to get the glass.
Nice.
Well, it appears we are all here then. Splendid. Thank you for coming, Nermlin.
Are you, well, I suppose you're sneaky. Is that the idea?
Possibly. Maybe you guys are just unobservant.
I've never been. Very well.
No offense meant, just that small dwarves tend to get around easier.
I've never felt so gangling.
Why don't we all grab a seat? There's a large table in the middle of the space with enough chairs for the 5 of you plus Laeral.
Very well. Yes, let us gather round. Come to the fire, ladies and gentlemen, and those beyond such designations.
If you all sit, Laeral will sit with all of you. Any scuffles for particular chairs or particular seating order, anything like that?
Well, Almanet is going to try and sit down first.
Oh.
And be the sort of like, right, I'm here so everyone can come and sit down. But if they get blocked, then, well, let's see.
Does anyone contest that?
If there's any preference for a chair, maybe one that's facing so that they can see all the exits. That's about it.
Okay. You all sidle into chairs.
Like swinging.
Yeah.
Like
Two of the chairs are more...
All 3 of us.
No, 2 of the chairs are very much more designed for the smaller folk, but yes, dwarven-sized chairs would just be human-sized chairs, I'm afraid. There wouldn't be much distinction made.
It's all right. Stocky girl, isn't it?
Nice.
Well, thank you all again for coming, and I appreciate all of you coming together in this way, as all of your various talents will be required for what is about to happen. There have been some attacks on caravans on the North Road, and they appear to be all coming from the same location. An ancient dwarven stronghold known as Sharpstone Keep.
I have heard of it. Always seemed to be a very worthy place.
Yes, very much so, but roughly 20 or so years ago, the dwarves that inhabited it were forced to leave it, and in doing so, left a rather well-fortified location, quite close to Waterdeep. It's only a day or two's walk up the North Road, and it looks like some ne'er-do-wells have taken it over. I need it cleared out, and I think what may lie inside should be of particular interest to some of you, or should require some of your talents.
Very well. I presume we are all on board, yes? Looks around for at least nods of, like, assent.
We keep what we find, right?
Yes, if you find anything within that you would like to take ownership of or lay claim to, it is yours to keep, of course. You will be paid, of course, as well for your services, and we're always looking for adventurers to be part of Waterdeep's illustrious groups of adventurers who help us when time is of the need.
I would say we are an honourable party, well met, and we shall succeed imminently.
Splendid. Laeral does look around all of you with a slightly piercing look to see if you're all genuinely on board. Because she hasn't given an awful lot away with that, but that was intentional.
I feel like Nobleman's just looking like at Albert. Yeah, serious side eye.
Trying to decide whether Shivaris would give away this information, because I want to ask a question, but I don't know if Shivaris would ask it.
Roll the dice.
Nope.
Interesting.
I think Thomas would kind of generally nod, and then if Laeral kind of looked at him explicitly for a positive, yes, Open Lord Silverhand, whatever the watch needs me to do.
Ah, good person. We are very, very happy when someone follows orders.
Thank you, Constable. This is not part of your regular duties, so if you do wish to return to them, I understand if it's not something you particularly... This is not a request made through the City Watch. It is made by me personally, to you, personally.
I'm very flattered. Open Lord Silverhand. I suppose I would just want to make sure that Captain Silvermane is not going to miss me in the interim.
No,
but,
Gelesta has made very clear that you are welcome to take part in this excursion if you so desire.
Oh. Well, if there's people's trouble in the North Road, then I'd be honoured to assist the city in sorting that out.
I, for one, would be glad to have your sword on our side.
Is the North Road particularly important for trade, or...?
It is the main trade road in and out of Waterdeep to the north, which means that most of our connections to Neverwinter, Silvery Moon, Luskan at times, all the way up through the Desserin Valley, all go across that road. It is of quite a lot of trade import.
Would reports of our endeavours be passed on to important wizards such as the Blackstaff?
I am sure the Blackstaff could be told of your exploits if that is part of the payment you require.
It's not a requirement,
Question.
it'd just be of interest.
Is that what she does?
Yes. Carry on.
How likely are we to die?
Oh, well, it's an adventure. I would say there is the possibility, but I would also...
Give me a percentage. Give me like a rough, 30%,
I mean, you
60?
highly. Our friend Halbernet over there is a healer, though, so I'm sure you'll be able to avail yourself of their services.
This is why
Indeed.
Albert is here. Yes, very much so.
If it looks like it will be more of a kind of a lean kind of whisper rather than to the group. But if it looks like you're in danger, I'm here with my shield. So
It's really sweet of you. Thanks.
Good. Well, we couldn't send you off into adventure and daring do without some accoutrement to help you out on your way. So I believe Mert, gestures over into the corner, has provided us with a couple of items that may be of use to you in this endeavour. Dun, I believe you have them all behind the bar. And Dunham will lean down behind the bar and start bringing stuff out and putting it on the bar. Very evidently stuff that would suit some of you more than others. You're welcome to go over and peruse them if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Yes. Halbernet is going to look to go last in order to appear not to rush, but is very keen, but just wants to try and hang back a little bit.
Coriolis is making no attempt to not look. She's making no attempt to look chill. She's straight over. She's like, "What's the coolest?"
Cool. So who's going first? Shivara, you made a move like you were going to just...
I'm not like, oh, this is very exciting, but I'm definitely like, I want a thing. But in like I'm not excited about this way, in like one of this is mine way, you know?
Sure.
Yes.
No problem. Well, Coriolis, if you run over first on the bar, Dernan will look at you and slide over a small box about the size of a pen box or slightly larger.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I open it.
All right.
Inside is a beautiful fan.
Oh, it's so pretty. What does it do?
If you wouldn't mind not opening it in here, that would be good.
Why? What does it do? What does it do?
Yeah,
What does it do?
I'm sure a practiced magic user like yourself could find out, but I could tell you if you'd like to know.
It is a wind fan. It allows you to create a gust of wind. If you use it more than once per day, it is likely to tear, but once per day you can create a gust of wind, which is a very useful magical effect.
Cool. Are we going to leave now or tomorrow?
I think it'd be best if you left soon and tried to arrive sooner rather than later. There is a caravan making its way down the North Road at the moment, and I am concerned for their safety.
Okay, so she puts it straight back in the box, and her plan was to go outside and test it out, but she's not going to do that now. She's going to save the charge.
No,
But yeah, it's pretty. I'll have it. Yeah.
All good. You now have your wind fan. Who's up to the table next?
Probably me.
Okay. Shavarith. Sorry to check all the things.
All the things.
All the things. there is a small ring box that Durnham will pass across to you.
Just take it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like to know what it does?
Why would I need you to tell me that?
Understood. Who's next?
Oh, and then what does it do?
I'll tell you in 10 minutes. But you can't tell me what yours does at all without them telling you, so.
Can I roll an Arcana check on it to
I
like
won't tell you what it does.
You can roll an Arcana check on a ring box, sure.
I'm going to start ritual casting Identify.
Sure.
You know what? No, Coriolis is going to choose her moment to be petty, and it's not now.
To be fair, I'm not even being petty at you. I'm being petty at Laeral for being about sorcerers. So.
Who's next to the bar?
Good old Nene, the family call her.
Nay.
Naomlin, as you head towards the bar, on the bar there is a box about the right size for, looks like a weapons case.
Yeah, pop that open. Have a little look.
Inside are 2 daggers. They've got quite sharp, almost serrated edges, and looking at them, they look to be sharper than your average dagger.
Okay. I'll
sharper than your average dagger.
I'll unbuckle my current daggers and put them in a little satchel on my back, and then rebuckle these 2 onto my belts.
Lovely. They are particularly sharp. Do be careful.
Oh, yeah, is that who said that? I think Neil just sort of like looks up at her like. And then just like,
really
walks off
irritating.
shaking her head.
Laeral is superior and imposing. So Halbernet wanted to go last, so Thomas is the 2 sort of waiting there to see if the one will go first.
Well, yeah, I think Thomas is kind of politeness, but also I think he's probably a bit like, well, I have my standard issue sword and shield. There won't be anything for me, right? These people have turned up with nothing. Oh, there is something for me. Okay.
Yeah. Again, a weapons case is pushed over the bar towards you. It is a bit larger than your average sword.
He looks at Laeral.
Please.
Opens that up.
Inside is a sword that appears to have a flame motif that curls around the handleguard and then curls up the length of the blade.
Oh.
It is a magical sword, Thomas. Might come in handy.
Does he have like a picking it up like, oh?
The animation is playing by your head right now. It's like a little spinny, hold it above your head, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Take good care of it. That one is an heirloom.
On my honor.
Thank you. And Halbernet.
Feel as though I may know what this is. Please show me what you have for me.
Is it the thigh bone of St. Markovia?
It is not the thigh bone of St. Markovia.
Oh, well, this is quite...
You were also handed a ring box.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I was just trying to think how they would how they would actually react, and it would be it's not a question of hiding; it's the thing of something I have seen before, and a very, very beautiful thing indeed. An honor to be given such a thing. Thank you.
It seemed about time it should go back into your possession.
Indeed. Makes me worry for what is going to happen to us on this adventure, but I will be able to solve it.
Excellent. Well then, there is a caravan heading down the North Road at the moment, so they're supposed to be arriving in Waterdeep tomorrow mid-afternoon-ish. You don't need to rush, but if you could head off this evening to maybe try and arrive and meet them somewhere near the morning on the North Road to make sure they aren't attacked, that seems to be the best option, I think. So if you need to have some kind of, I don't know how you would describe it, a short rest or something similar, and then after that you could potentially head out onto the road. There won't be time for a long a longer rest, but a shorter one should suffice.
I am perfectly well rested.
I am very well rested.
Well,
I
please, Thomas.
Sorry, Lord Silverhand. I do have a question, actually. You said that there were bandit attacks. Do we have any more information than that on the nature of the bandits?
Yes, it appears a group calling themselves the Burnt Bone Horde have taken over Sharpstone Keep. They appear to be a variety of different creatures. What do we have? We have some orcs, ogres, kobolds, goblins, all working together. They appear to serve another group, but we don't have enough information yet to know quite who that is. Anything you could find out would be of great use.
Do they
Can I
burn
roll a
bones,
check on that?
or do they have burned bones?
I'm sure it's one of those things where it's meant to inspire fear in their enemies. Of course you can now.
Yeah, just to see if I know maybe who they work for, if I've ever heard of them before.
Sure, history check.
Yeah.
I suppose along
Oh.
the same lines. I'll let Niall
Mm.
finish.
30.
Oh, it's a +0, so it was only a 10.
I mean, frankly, hordes of these groupings of creatures or similar that call themselves things like the Burnt Dagger Stabby Horde of Hordeburn. Like, these sort of names
I
are
mean,
quite common for these sort of
That's
groups.
that's the group that Namlin grew up in, surely.
Yeah, the stabby group of stab, 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 stab.
I'll never tell.
Thomas, you wanted to roll something as well?
Well, I don't know if it would need to be a roll. I guess it's just a memory check. Is that the same name as the bandits that attacked Thomas in his
no,
caravan?
it is not. The bandits
Are
who
they-
attacked
no.
your caravan would be a completely different group. This isn't like, you know these ones of old, not that.
They were generic rubbish bandits.
Yeah.
They weren't like highlighted, like notable enemy bandits.
Yeah, they didn't have any distinguishing features. They were just very
Yeah.
much the same character model on repeat.
Yeah, slightly different color variations, but that was kind
No,
of
they didn't even put that much effort in.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they were called like the Bear Claw Bandits. Not as
No
cool.
wonder I kicked their ass.
So, yes, so much pastry.
But yes. Just got that, thank you, Ed.
Yes.
Well, you're welcome to stay here for a moment, maybe to get a bit better acquainted. I have business to attend to, but Dernan here can provide you with more drinks if you want. They're on me. And, Mert's already disappeared. Well, anyway. Thank you all so much for doing this, and Halbernat, I'll be in touch if there's any information you want to share or pass back.
Understood. And you will hear everything from us as soon as it reaches us.
Good. Slight nod and a yep, and then she blinks and teleports out again.
Thomas goes to
Kind
do
of-
a little salute, but she's already gone.
Wistfully
That
at the
was super
teleportation.
Of course you can, yeah.
So, Constable Tallstep, shall we draw up some plans for what we're, I think, this is what this Halbernat is going to try and take Thomas under their wing to try and organize things. It's not actually going to be effective or sort of helpful, but there's going to be a lot of bluster, and that'll be the...
Oh. Thomas is very much not the kind of person that would talk over them either, though, to be honest. So I guess if anyone was overhearing it, it would just be a lot of Halbernat's bluster and Thomas being like, right, yes,
Very good, sir.
he's pretty good at tactics and battles, so he would be probably nudging things. I quite agree. Perhaps if but that approach might yield slightly more favourable results. I might suggest.
All right. Well, we'll try it like that, but we should keep the other way in mind.
Of course.
The way I've always done it, and I think it's the way it should be done. But always open to new options. It's that kind of stuff.
I mean-
Have you considered just walking into the room, casting Fireball, and then leaving the room again?
Well, yes, but which direction do you cast the fireball in? Which door are you coming in from? Do you want to come in through the window? There's a lot of things to be considered.
You just
I
walk
like
into the
fireballs,
room
though,
and
that's
cast
good.
Fireball, and then you leave the...
Some of us can't cast fireballs.
Well, yes. But it's very good that we have people who can.
Right, understood. What do you do?
What do I do?
No, I know what you do.
Oh.
Me. I'm a constable in the City Watch. I patrol. I serve under Captain Jalaster Silvermine. Oh, there's a lot of silvers. Oh no, and I've lost my notes. Silver. Oh no.
Please tell me that the character actually says this.
It was Maine.
Silvermane, Silverhand. It's very confusing. I serve under Captain Jalaster Silvermane, and I patrol the city streets of Waterdeep, along with the rest of my squadron.
Very valuable work.
Shivarith, roll me an investigation check.
That
kidding,
is
man.
a 24.
Ooh.
One look at Thomas. Thomas is wearing sort of a guard uniform, but Thomas is wearing heavier armour than a traditional city constable would wear. Thomas is also very clearly, like, there's quite a heavy scar down the side of the face that cuts like through the side of the mouth in places. Thomas is clearly like battle hardened, and the plate mail that Thomas is wearing, while covered in Waterdeep symbology, it is like a halfling in plate mail is not something you see every day.
How do you feel about lightning?
I have not got close experience with it. I imagine if it was being used against me, I would be not favourable.
How would you
But
feel about lightning being near you, but not necessarily hurting you? If
Are
you knew
you
that the
gonna use
lightning
lightning?
wouldn't hurt, would you be concerned if it was, necessarily all around you?
No.
Excellent, good, happy to work with you, good times all around.
What on earth was that about?
I find it dangerous to ask such questions to somebody who is so very flamey. But like I said, very glad to have you on board. Now, shall we get back to these plans, young Thomas?
Naomlin, anything you are doing while all this is happening?
I think Naomlin is just like stood at the table, like just watching, but as people are talking, just looking at them like.
Watching the tennis match and the conversation going back.
Yeah, and just like maybe just under a breath, just very quietly, like, I'm gonna die.
Lovely.
I think eventually Thomas might have worked up the courage to ease away from Halbernet.
It would take a while, but yes, I can imagine.
And perhaps approach. I don't know what's Coriolis doing as well at this time.
Truly, just kind of watching, like mainly kind of looking at the fan, I guess, and trying to work out where it came from. Like,
Ooh, roll me
is
an
it a
Arcana
culture
check.
she recognises?
Roll me an Arcana check.
I was going to say, not doing an Arcana check, just gazing at it.
Literally,
Making it
no, more. She's more interested in it, like culturally,
roll me a
almost.
history
Like
check. Yeah, roll me a
she's been
history
told. She's been told what it does. Hold on. History. Oh, that is a 21.
Oh, splendid. The designs on it have a if you've opened the fan without actually fanning with it, you can open it and look at it, and it does have
Yeah.
beautiful sort of wind-style drawings across it and through it. But something about the art and cultural design of it makes you think of Halra. It's quite far to the south. It's a magocracy, and they are quite big on magic items of this variety. And you recognise some of the similar artistic stylings of things that have gone through your parents' shop.
Nice.
A magocracy, is that like magic user?
Yeah.
Did I find out what my ring does?
You roll it, you cast identify.
Yeah.
Did you ritual
sure.
cast it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a it's called a ring of spell power, and it works much like a pearl of power. So it's a ring.
That's what it says on the ring.
Right, put it on.
Yeah, as you look at it, it burns. Inside the ring. This is a ring of spell power, basically. You don't need to know anything else.
One ring to give you an extra spell slot per day.
Hope you're doing okay.
I think Thomas would eventually, like I said, ease over to the two of Namelin and Coriolis, and the excited about lightning lady has made a valid point that actually it would be quite useful for us to all know what everyone's strengths are, to work together effectively should it come to battle, which it sounds like it might well do. What is the things that you do?
I just appear behind Thomas, standing slightly too close.
Well, I do some magic bits and pieces. I actually started out as a kind of a craft, almost, my parents have like a craftsman shop, and I kind of started out like that, tinkering with some bits and pieces. But actually, then I acquired some magic, and now I do that.
What kind of crafts?
Oh, like they make like almost mechanical bits and like anything you need fixing, they can fix it. Like, yeah, just cool stuff. You know.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
What is cool?
When you say magical bits and pieces, what exactly does that mean?
I think that's what I was trying to ask as well.
Well, to answer your question first, Halbernet? How? Can I call you Hal?
If you wish.
How? To answer your question first, Hal, cool is like wicked, like cool.
That's
like,
not good.
No, like
Oh god.
like I don't know, like it's just great. Cool is like, oh, it's great. It's sweet. It's nice.
But
Tends
nothing to
be
do
what
with
is
temperature.
popular.
Nothing to do with temperature.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fine.
To answer
on board.
your question, I don't remember your name, sorry. But to answer your question,
It's Shavarith.
other lightning ladies, Shavarith.
Yes.
To answer your question, Shavarith, I'm quite good at like persuading people to do things.
That's not magic.
It is when I do it. Casting some fire at people.
That is
casting
magic.
some lightning stuff at people. Yeah, all that good stuff.
When you do that, can you stop it from hitting other people, or do you just, indiscriminately cast it at anybody who's standing in the way?
No, I tend to choose my targets.
Right.
Be a bit weird if I didn't. I mean, sometimes things do go wrong, and sometimes, the fire just comes out, and that's really exciting, and but also quite terrible. But yeah, no. In general, I tend to choose my targets.
But I mean, say, could you cast, fireball and choose not to hit someone in the fireball?
I don't know what fireball is.
Right.
Good. Well, I'm glad we sorted that all out. Now, are we all ready for...
No, we haven't done... Know me?
Oh, true. My apologies.
Namelin.
Namelin.
Well. Yeah. You guys don't get me killed. I guess my skill set would be getting into rooms you're not meant to. And maybe if you don't walk in and just cast fireball, the element of surprise might be useful for me. More tactical ways of dealing with problems rather than blowing shit up.
Tactics, right up my alley. But, well, let's see how we... Yes.
When you say getting into rooms that you're not supposed to be getting into, where might one have learned that sort of ability?
Well, when people get locked out of their houses.
Right.
And they need a locksmith to come unlock their door.
So you're a
I do that
locksmith.
occasionally.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, of course you can.
That
I don't think you need to... I don't think it's a check
I rolled
as
a
such.
7, but...
No,
Yeah, I
there's
mean,
a
like-
mystery wrapped in an enigma.
Should I roll? What do I?
Perception?
Deception. You're not a locksmith.
Hilarious.
In fairness, I didn't say I was. I just said like.
Imagine like, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a 15. I'm a locks them in.
I rolled a 5 on insight,
It
so
sounds like a
totally.
very useful set of skills. I was once locked out of my house, and it would have been useful not to have to blast the door off.
My point exactly.
Yes.
Not as fast,
Well-
though, probably. To have to call you and then get you to unlock the door, rather than just blasting the door off.
Perhaps if we wait to get out of Waterdeep before blasting or unlocking doors that aren't ours to unlock, that would be good. Which is why I was wanting to talk about if you are wishing to know what my own expertise is, I am a person of, much experience, many adventures, many battles and confabulations, and the fact is I am still alive, which I feel is always the best recommendation in a healer. And my
Are
companion...
your companions, though?
Well...
That's true.
More or less.
That is a better
Well,
recommendation.
One of them did get eaten by a dragon. That wasn't particularly... I wasn't going to sort through what was left of them afterwards to try and bring them back from that. That would have just been too much. However, it's beyond such eternal damnation. Then, yes, I can usually bring them back.
Do you think
I
being
hope I-
eaten by a dragon makes you damned? I don't think those two necessarily scan.
Understood. I merely meant I would not like to be in a dragon's stomach for any price. I can imagine few worse damnations than a dragon's stomach. But yes, this is why I was saying that if we are going to get organized for our route march tomorrow, then perhaps we should,
I thought we were
organize...
marching this evening.
Precisely, sorry. The march I meant would take us through until tomorrow. But this is why when we shall leave, what we shall do, the chain of command.
Do
We need
Well-
a chain of command?
There's only 5 of us.
Yeah. Can't we all just be mates?
Talk to one another.
All right, yes, well, if that's...
I
Fine.
mean, it seems to me that Hal here wants to be the leader.
No, not if that's not the will of the group. I will simply see what happens. Yes, see what happens.
Open
Else.
Lord Silverhand did explicitly say this was a mission outside of the usual jurisdiction of the Watch, so a usual typical chain of command possibly would not be applicable here. So
Fine. Absolutely fine. No problem.
Yeah. Naomi's got the biggest eating grin on her face. Watching Hal squirm. She's just like,
No, if we but let's just see what happens then. We can if we go off tomorrow, then that's fine. If there's
Well,
no
I thought we were going
Right.
today. Shall we?
I know, that's what I thought as well, but apparently no one's decided on anything.
Shall we go?
let's vote.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. I'll follow you then. Fine.
Well, I mean, who knows the way? 'Cause we
I
should
don't
follow
know
that
idea,
person.
not a clue.
Well, we're following Thomas
North
then.
Road. We're going to the North Road.
Oh yes, no, they did say that, didn't they? Okay, fine.
Yeah, we're going.
I would assume it's north because it's got, in the...
Chris, do I know the way there?
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Does everybody?
No.
Ah, okay.
I mean, honestly,
Then I
Laeral
would just
said
be
follow
like-
the North Road.
Which road did I?
I'd just be like, yeah, let's go.
From
Okay.
Rasherman? I mean, there's only not that many main roads. You probably travelled in via the North Road.
I have
Hmm.
been on the North Road. It was not dangerous when I travelled in.
No.
I think we should always be wary of the dangers. This is a world in which danger lurks around every corner.
Boo.
that reaction was priceless. That was brilliant.
Are you all departing the Yawning Portal?
Yes.
yes.
Yes, please. Can I get a beer for the road? Or at least fill my water skin with not water.
Port.
Talk to the barman.
Yeah, yeah. And can I get something a bit stronger, please?
Sure.
In a takeaway cup?
Can I go up and just be like, what she said?
Eyes you both.
You already saw my ID. You can't want to see it again.
Or thinking you're going on an adventure and booze might not be the best option.
What?
Oh, I don't know. We've given up on everything else.
No, just like she can't help herself. She's just grinning. She's not turning to Halvanet. She's just like closing her eyes, just holding the bar. Like,
Durham will look at Halvanet, look at the two of you, and give you like a little wink and go, I'll fill these up for you. And takes the two, like, I'm guessing water skins and just fills them up with.
It needs water, right?
Yeah, okay.
You do have water, though, don't you? Oh, you've got a cleric. He'll be fine. Just hands the back over.
Cheers. Chuck him a gold. Well,
Lady Silverhand's covered it all.
no, this is for you. And slides it across. I imagine I've been in the Yawning Portal enough to know how great Durden is, just generally.
Just takes it, bites it, puts it in his pocket.
Classic Durden. And then, just saunter off towards the North Road.
Cool.
I have a quick question about is this like a long distance? Are we imagining horses would have been preferable? No, so
it's
just coconuts.
No, you can walk there. You can walk up the North Road to where these caravans are heading in. And Laeral assumed that by the time you encountered this one in the morning, they would be on their way to Waterdeep. So you'll be in the right sort of vicinity. Sharpstone Keep is only a day, maybe a day or two away from Waterdeep. So you're fine.
So Thomas will not prep the horses.
Well, I was going to say, I think.
How would you ride a horse? You're in plate mail as well. It'd be like, tin can just swinging itself on the back of a Shetland pony.
Yeah, exactly.
Might be a Shetland.
Then it'd struggle even more. Got half a ton on top of it.
It's somewhat stout.
I'm wearing a lot of metal. Yep.
Yeah.
Donkey.
Donkey would probably be better.
No, but then we'd have to have Eddie Murphy, and that would be boring.
Are you all heading up the North Road? Is there any particular marching order or a particular way you are travelling?
I feel
This is up to Thomas, but Halvanet is going to, as it were, sort of try and be at the back with Thomas and give a sort of low, permanent sort of, well, they say there's no chain of command, or there's chain of command, and isn't the chain of command, and there's no possible. And it will get very boring very quickly. So it's up to Thomas. It's up to Thomas whether or not to do the next sort of away.
Why are you adventuring with my dad?
Yeah, I thought it was my dad, but apparently it's everyone's dad.
It's just
it's
just your and my dad's.
Fair point. Yeah, fair point.
Because Namelin knows the way, because she'd be leading and just like, she's just listening to Halvanet.
Yeah.
Like from the back of the group, she's just sipping on her water skin. Just enjoying herself.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying some.
Nomelin's slightly further ahead. Halvanet's
So I
at the
think
back.
Corrie is going to be like maybe one step behind Nomelin in case she decides she's in a chatty mood, because I think she's decided this is the cool one.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
In which case, given that none of these people seem particularly interesting, and we're going to be walking for like 2 days, and we're on a road, I'm going to read.
Oh. I'm going to read while walking.
Yeah.
This is
something that Emma can do, therefore Shivarith can do it.
Are you like using a mage hand to hold the book so you've got hands?
No, I don't have mage hand, therefore I'm just holding it.
I mean, I do if you... Oh, no, hold on. Never mind.
You do? You
Feels
do
like
have
it could be
mage hand.
fraught.
No, I do, but isn't it specifically for my lantern?
Yeah, it's still mage hand. You have your lantern. Your lantern is your lantern.
I know.
Genuinely thought you were saying that in a... I mean, I have mage hand, but...
Well, I was a little bit like... I mean, if you asked very nicely and weren't sassy, then, yeah.
So you're reading... What are you reading?
It's probably like a history of the Black Staffs of Waterdeep.
Sure.
Follows Guide to the Black Staffs of Waterdeep.
It's not the first time I've read it, which is why I can walk whilst I'm reading it.
Aw. That's cute.
So sort of absent-mindedly, just following the person in front of you, but reading at the same time, so you haven't got to watch where you're going too much. I mean, you are walking up a road. Now, there isn't too much traffic on the North Road. You will eventually reach a town called Amphale, that's on the North Road if you head out of Waterdeep. But you're probably passing through it and walking through the night to a certain extent. So there will be points where you are just trudging along just to make sure you make your way through. Who talks about what on the walk?
Now that it waffles.
Really? You surprise me.
Not anything particularly important. They'll get onto old war stories after a while.
Oh, Ambassador, you spoil us.
Exactly.
Occasionally, if there's like a lulling conversation, I'll pipe up with an interesting fact about the Blackstaffs of Waterdeep.
Oh my god.
I think Thomas will
Fun
jump
fact.
on that. I think he is polite and he will humour Halbernet to a certain extent, but he's also not without patience.
Understood.
Throw out a random fact about the Blackstaff. You know plenty about the Blackstaff.
I mean, I wouldn't say plenty.
Would you like me to give you a fact?
No,
about
it's
the
fine.
Blackstaff?
That's fine. I can. Oh, did you know that every Blackstaff, the memory of every single Blackstaff is in the staff. So the current Blackstaff knows what every single Blackstaff did, ever. So, like, if you spoke to the Blackstaff, you'd know what every Blackstaff ever had thought. Have you considered that? Like, you could talk to the Blackstaff, and you'd be talking to the greatest wizards in all of wizarddom through all of history.
Are any of them interesting?
They're all interesting. Like, Kelvin was the first Blackstaff, and he
Kelvin?
was... Kelvin.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
He
I
was.
thought I. Yes.
He was an amazing. He made the actual staff. It's his staff. Like the black staff. It's his staff. It's black. That's why it's called the black staff. He wasn't imaginative, but he was a great wizard.
Oh,
Well,
hang
absolutely.
on. There's an in-universe book about the Blackstaff called "My Eyes Open Always: Memories of the Blackstaff." That's what you're
My
reading.
eyes open always. Cool.
It's a catchy title.
That's
Isn't
good.
it?
I've no idea. It's
Fly
literally
off
just
the
wikied it. So.
So, like, if you spoke to Vajra, you could speak to Vajra. I mean, Vajra's amazing. You could speak to Vajra, but then you could speak to all of the Blackstaffs.
Fantastic. Is it your ambition to become this Blackstaff?
No, not
No?
to. No, I just no. No.
Oh,
No.
Insight check.
straight off.
You beat me to it.
Oh, that's not very good. Oh, but it's a natural 20 plus 2 is a 22.
No, not to become the Blackstaff, but definitely something about the Blackstaff.
Okay.
What would
No,
you
okay.
ask them?
Question. That's Ed not Halbernet.
I mean, where would you start? Like, what's the best
I wouldn't
spell?
start anywhere. I
And-
don't really know much about them.
What is the best spell?
And, like, how did you create your spells, and how did you create the staff, and how did you get to where you are, and so much things, and I mean, what would you ask your hero if you met them?
I would ask, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
But then you'd embarrass them.
Yeah, I know, and isn't that funny?
Depends who your hero is. I feel like if it was an august wizard, then perhaps it wouldn't be such a good thing to ask these things. But, well, you're not asking me that question, are you?
No one's asking Thomas.
No, I mean as in the most embarrassing thing we've ever done.
I mean, if you're sharing, I'd love to hear it.
No, I think that's probably for later.
Oh, finally a story
Okay.
we want to hear.
That hurt here and here. But, well, no, there are many stories I would have to consider before I thought which was the most embarrassing. It's not usually the one I would choose to tell.
What was the most embarrassing thing you ever did?
Me?
Yeah,
Oh. Are you squeamish?
not
No.
especially.
Okay. I'm going to put a veil over that and just say that she tells a really horrendous story about bowel trouble.
To come back to it, all the characters are sort of going, oh, God, oh.
It turns out everyone was squeamish after all.
Exactly, it's like, we didn't know you were going to go there.
Yeah, Namelin corks alcohol. Puts it away.
I have enough of that.
I'm not sure that's so much embarrassing as just horrifying.
I was embarrassed at the time. I mean, I'm not now because I'm telling you it, but I was embarrassed at the time.
If you will eat pigeon.
I was going to say, I didn't know gnomes had such volume.
Once, when I was travelling here from Rashomon, I was supposed to get in one cart, and I just got on someone else's cart. And I sat and I looked at the cart driver, and the cart driver looked at me and went, "You're not supposed to be on my cart." It was very embarrassing.
Oh, see. Well, I feel like
And then what happened?
I had to get off the cart.
Oh my god. The most tedious story I've ever heard. Someone call Story Bro Shavareth. Someone.
There yet.
As you are travelling up the road and sharing embarrassing stories, it does start to... You pass through the night. You do start to see sort of early morning dawn light starting to creep over the horizon. And at about the same time, you hear a shout from up ahead. Something appears to be happening on the road.
Shout?
It is indeed a stressed shout. And as you hear that shout, that's where we're going to pick up after the break.
Right.
Join us after the break when we find out who is shouting and why they're stressed. And we're back. Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of the first part of... Yeah, part 2. Part 1? Part 1, part 2. Chapter 2 of part 1. There we go. Chapter 2 of part 1. That's what it is. That's what we're going to do. Good. Hello, everyone.
Section A.
Part 1, Electric Boogaloo!
Sure, why not? Anyway, we are playing Warriors of Waterdeep, the Anvil of Dumathoin, and we are running a stream based on the popular mobile game. And the characters just heard a shout, and it was around the corner of your road, so you can't see what's going on. You've all been spending all night chattering away to each other as you've walked up the hill trying to deal with these caravan attacks. What would you all like to do?
I was having the temptation when you said you can't see what's going on. Actually, I have dark vision.
The first rays of morning light have started to kiss the horizon, so all of you can see perfectly fine.
Can I assess whether Naomlin is gonna run towards the noise?
Sprints off in the opposite direction.
If he's going to, then Coriolis will also do that.
Because the Halbina is going to try and take charge. Right, we need to do something. Right, what's the procedure now?
Can I suggest that we
Thomas?
head towards the noise?
As soon as we heard the scream, Thomas would have. It's like instincts would have kicked in, and the sword would have come out, and the shield would have come out, and it's sort of he sort of adopts a pose that probably makes you think, oh, hang on, oh, maybe he does know what he's doing.
Oh, cool.
He is here for a reason.
Exactly.
Like-
Thomas, you. Oh, good work. On you go.
I think whilst this hubba is going on, can I take this moment?
While this hubba-bubba-bubba's going on.
Yeah, can I take this moment to stealth and start going towards the noise?
Absolutely. Run me stealth check.
Cast mage armor and start walking towards the noise.
28.
Corey, you look around to go, what's Naomlin doing? And gone.
Oh, wow.
I was right in thinking she was the cool one.
No.
I was right in thinking they've run off.
The road does have trees either side of it. Like it is sort of, you're going through a sort of wooded copse at this point, so there are plenty of places to hide if you wanted to.
I sort of thrust my staff into the air and then get like a shimmering, sort of magical effect over me, and nothing else happens.
Is it like a body stocking?
No, just like a shimmering of magic all over me, and then it's gone.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay, as long as it goes, yeah. Because Thomas is sort of nodding approvingly at Naomlin disappearing, actually, and being like, oh, yes, whilst we do want to get there as soon as possible and see who's in danger and what danger they're in, it would be better if we maintained some element of surprise just in case.
Surprise? We're in the right, aren't we? Surely we should be surprising them.
No, but if they were perhaps to be outgunning us, gunning is not a thing. If they perhaps outnumbered us, then it would benefit us to have...
Thomas meant we should stealth towards them so that we have the element of surprise. So we would, in fact, be surprising them.
Right, fine. I'd never really been my strong point, but right, what do we do?
I imagine that's why Naomlin's here.
Crouch.
But Naomlin's not here. Oh, crouch!
Do the crouch walk.
It's what this is it's an RPG, so you all just randomly crouch and now no one can see you. Cool, right. Are you all sort of making your way stealthily, slowly up the road, carefully?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone roll me a stealth check, apart from Naomlin, who's already hidden in the tree.
That is a nat 20!
Nice.
16 for me.
Lovely.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Go on, Hal.
I've got disadvantage on stealth anyway. It was never going to be better than a 7. It is, in fact, a natural 1. Oh, God, what are we doing this? Why is everyone disappearing? Why is everyone behind?
Thomas?
That was a 6.
Cool.
I think the
Corey?
Oh, but no, I think it's probably best if we keep our voices down.
Oh, sorry. Right, yes.
Okay, so Thomas and Halbina are making their way up the middle of the road. Coriolis, Shavarith, you're crouching. So Thomas is now about 2 foot tall. Coriolis, Shavarith, you've rolled relatively decent stealth checks, or natural 20s in your case, Coriolis. What are you doing? Are you also like getting into the tree line a little bit?
Yeah, getting into the tree line and just like heading for the commotion, and then gonna see what's going on.
See, we were told to be stealthy, and then Thomas and Halbinet subsequently we're not in any way stealthy.
No.
In which case, Shivareth is like, well, they could be stealthy, but why bother? And he's just going to walk down the road.
Cool. No problem.
Two of us will have the element of surprise.
As you all make your way up the road or along the side of the road.
I will be faster because I'm not bothering.
Yes, and there's none of this going on.
Coriolis, you will take a little bit longer than everyone else because you are stealthing, because everyone else is just walking up the road. But you can make your way through the woods. And Nailman, I'm guessing you're miles ahead by now.
Yeah, they had that whole chat. I'm probably there.
Then this is how we'll narrate it. That's fine. Nailman, you make your way through the trees and you can hear someone... Actually, what's your passive perception?
I think it's 15. Let me double check.
Corey's roll was way higher. As you make your way through the woods, and you're basically hugging the right-hand side of the path, which is where the inside of the curve is, so you will pass, basically you'll cut off a corner, but you'll be able to see what's going on far sooner than everyone else is. As you make your way through the woods extremely carefully, you poke back out onto the road and take a look out, and a short way up the road, maybe about 30 feet ahead of you, there is a caravan of 4 carts. The people on the carts are... Some of them are sat on the carts looking frightened, some are stood next to them looking frightened, and they are surrounded by about 10 to 20 mixture of kobolds and goblins that are gesturing and speaking in goblin and draconic, and it's clearly a hold-up. They clearly want the stuff on the carts. They're not attacking the people on the carts, but roll me an insight check. Do you speak Goblin or Draconic?
Let's have a cheeky gander.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a very good insight.
Oh,
that
okay.
was a 5 insight.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see some languages. No, only Common Dwarvish and Thieves can't.
You can't.
Thieves can't.
Thieves
They just
can't.
can't. They do not have the ability to can.
I just can't even. That's exactly it.
You don't understand what any of them are saying. The people on the carts just look a bit scared and a bit worried and don't really know what to do. You think it might come to violence relatively soon. The goblins and kobolds are gesturing quite angrily with swords. Some of them are holding, some are holding quite long javelin-style spears. But yes, the tone is the temperature is quite warm. Like there's that sense of, oh god, this might escalate.
Is there one that seems to be either a leader or talking the most or the biggest?
Looking at the kobolds and the goblins, there doesn't seem to be a particular sort of like hierarchy or one in charge or anything like that. You don't know. From what you've looked at in that insight roll, you can't see any one of a particular like authority figure. Corey, you are also sneaking through the woods and will make your way basically in the same sort of area as Noamlem, but neither of you knows where the other is, and both of you are stealthed rather too well to know that you're there, but you can also see this out of the side of the road. What you both notice is the conversation, the sort of shouted back and forth goblin and draconic, and the occasional comment, we don't want to hurt you, please just take it, take whatever you want, it's perfectly fine, is suddenly interrupted by the kobolds and goblins all sort of looking up the road, where Thomas, Halmanet, and Shivareth are walking around the road, not that quietly, probably a little bit of like, what would the we're trying to have hushed conversation but we're doing a terrible job of it be, Thomas, Halmanet?
Oh, look, this isn't the right way to do it. If we want to give them, we're only going to surprise them if we come around the back. This is what I did in
You do
58
realise
when I would...
well, that you're simply
It's too
talking at normal volume.
But otherwise you're not going to be able to hear me, and it's important that we decide on the plan before we execute it.
The problem is that we are now too close to execute the plan in the way that you were suggesting.
Where the hell are they then?
As you all
Oh, they're
walk
there.
around the corner of the road, there are
Here's the
now
element of surprise.
basically 10 quite grumpy-looking kobolds and goblins, 10 kobolds and goblins, all staring at you as you round the corner of the road.
Surprise!
Is there one nearest to the back, nearest to the woods, that wouldn't be amiss if they suddenly went missing?
Do it,
Of course there are. Yeah, there's loads.
Yeah, could I quietly just like grab one out of the bushes and just like pull them in with me?
Well, you're an assassin and we haven't rolled initiative, so if you want to start initiative off basically by having a surprise attack doing all the assassinate damage, go right ahead.
Please, just try and get rid of one whilst they're on this.
Start as we mean to go on. Delicately put, brother.
What'd you roll?
Right.
No, it is a sneak attack. They have no idea you're there, so you do get advantage on the roll.
Excellent, because I'm going to need it. Oh, that's a lot better.
There
Natural
you
20.
go.
Nice.
Very good.
On a poor kobold. Just doesn't know what's coming at all. Just quiet.
There's one kobold stood at the edge of the... None of you see this because Nelman is very, very good at this. But at the back, one of the kobolds is watching all this, is sort of slightly at the back, probably a bit younger and not really that involved in all of this. And suddenly from out of the woodlands, just two hands just yoink, grabbing. There's like a nip as the kobold goes vanishing into the woods. What do you do?
I would like to say, can I make this non-lethal?
Of course.
And can I just put them unconscious in the bushes?
Yeah, of course you can. Perfectly fine.
Sleep hole.
I'd like to assassinate them in a non-lethal fashion.
Absolutely.
Essentially, it's like a Krav Maga, like
Yes, you can
two
Krav
leather
Maga.
gloves coming out.
You can
Yeah.
Krav Maga the kobold if you'd like. Please you've made the attack roll and you've hit them, so roll me the damage. You can apply sneak attack and all of
then
that.
sneak attack
Yeah.
and everything.
Because it's
So
an
I do
unarmed
that.
strike and not your... ooh, interesting.
Yeah, it's
I'll
just
let you
two
use your daggers as blunt, like knock 'em out weapons. I don't know.
bonking weapons.
Bonking weapons.
Bonk.
Really? Is that the term? Okay, fine.
It's the bloody term, Ed.
Far be it from...
We
Anyway.
need to let Niall have something.
Look, as people will know from previous games with Niall, Niall likes to bonk things.
I love bonking. That is a 5 for the dagger damage. I think, yes, 5
Okay.
for the D4.
The bonking damage.
Bonk.
Bonking damage. And then sneak attack damage is bloop 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 3.
Did you roll them twice for the natural 20?
Oh, no.
Nice.
Okay, so that's the first... Did we get all that in total? That was 5 plus 5, which is 10
Well done.
so far. Plus 3 is 13,
They're
which
already
is
unconscious.
plus another 6, which is 16, which is 4, which is 20, and then another one is 21.
They were all unconscious.
Welcome to year 5 maths.
Thank you. With me, Niall Isaac.
But yes, you reach out and one of the kobolds just like vanishes into the bushes and you just knock them out and they are down, out for the count, unconscious. I think it's time for everyone else to roll initiative though, as
Here we go.
Go.
Okay, I got an 18.
lovely, thank you. Just shout them out using a tracker.
12.
12,
10.
10,
7.
7,
15.
15.
We're not going to try and talk to them then.
No.
Well, I was going to say
I
that
tried.
perhaps as soon as they've seen the state of things, Thomas would possibly try to walk towards and speak. But
They're going to attack all of you.
Oh,
I
okay.
was gonna
immediately.
say.
Cool.
We mean you know. Oh my god.
Okay.
Coriolis, you go first. You're still hidden. They don't know you're there.
Okay. I think...
To give you a bit of a lay of the land, there are 3 carts. Did I say 3? Was it 4? 4, thank you. There are 4 carts, and there are a lot of commoners on these carts who look like they're not adventurers and don't have a lot of hit points. Throwing it out there.
Fireball.
Don't stand near them.
You'd say there were roughly about, 10 to 20 commoners on these various carts with various crates, barrels, and boxes. It's clearly just a supply run. And around them are these 10, there's 9 now, 9 kobolds and 10 goblinoids that all appear to be just sort of milling around them. They would like trying to take things off the back and about to start stealing everything. But now that they've seen some very heavily armored adventurers walk around the curve of the road, you can see from your vantage point, Coriolis, they very much look like they're going to run up and attack Thomas, Halbernet, and Shavara.
Okay, cool. I think I would like to cast... who looks weaker, the kobolds and goblins or the people with the carts, wagons, caravan?
You would guess they all have pretty similar hit points and not very many at that.
Okay, I don't want to hurt the people at the caravans, but I kind of want to cast colour spray.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think I might do that.
That would stop you being hidden, I presume.
Yeah, of course it would.
Right.
Well, they'd be blinded, so... Maybe not.
So you're going to step out from the woodland and cast colour spray and
Do I have to step out? Can't I do it from where I am?
Sure you can do it from where you are. They'll still see you because you cast a spell. But yes, as you cast the spell of colour spray, are you going to try and hit just kobolds and goblins? Are you going to try and make sure you don't hit the carts?
Yes, I am.
It's a 15-foot cone, isn't it?
It's a 15-foot cone, and it goes from lowest hit points to highest, which is why I asked the question I asked.
Okay, I would aim it away from the commoners, so you can sort of hit a swathe of kobolds and goblins with that.
Great, I love that. Okay, let's make that happen.
I will say you can hit. Roll me a 6-sided dice.
It's 60-10 hit points worth of creatures.
Roll me a 6-sided dice. See how many you can fit into this cone.
Oh, I see. I'm with you. That was a 1.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
and this doesn't work under luck, does it? So I can't.
Roll it again. I was looking for a 4, 5, or 6, ideally.
4?
There you go. You hit 4 of them.
Okay.
2 kobolds, 2 goblins.
Okay. So that's 6, 4. No, I can't count. 13, 14. Hold on.
No pressure.
I've got their combined hit points ready when you are.
That is the 26 hit points worth of creatures are blinded.
They have 27 hit points total. So 2 kobolds and a goblin. Describe how colour spray looks, what you're doing to achieve. What's the
Okay,
effect?
so just out of my hands. So this is a very.
You said that.
This is out of my hands. This is a complicated spell because it's vocal and schematic, and also I have to have a thing to do it. So it's like kind of I have like I guess a thing around my neck that contains the coloured sand I need, and I have to hold on to it and say the thing, and then push my hands out like this, and from my hands just like blinding coloured light, just like fucking. Just goes absolutely haywire over these 3 creatures, and they all now are blinded.
Till the end of your next turn?
Yes.
Okay. Cool, yes. How about it, Shivarith, Thomas, you walk around the corner and go, oh dear, and then suddenly this sort of disco light just beams out from the woodland, and 2 of the kobolds, one of the goblins, are just suddenly going, ah!
Who is doing that? Why is no one warning us before the attacks happen?
But I think that was Coriolis.
Oh, that's good. But this is what I mean. If we don't know that they're going to do that, then how are we...
this surprised?
Everyone talks about how the element of surprise is so important. I thought it would have been a good thing. Anyway.
The 2 blinded kobolds, as it is now their turn, are going to stumble into the woodland towards the source of the thing that was lit them with a kind of... swinging out wildly, trying desperately to find Coriolis and hurt her. Right, I'm going to make them roll perception checks with disadvantage as they are blinded. 1 second, please. It's a 4. The 2 of them just run into the woods, just... Corey, they're sort of near you, but just swinging wildly at branches.
And screaming, so I can avoid them.
Wildly.
Put out. Just trip them up.
The other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. 2 of them are also going to head into the woods with seeing their colleagues run off, and are just going to try and work out what happened and see if they can see you, Coriolis. So they're going to roll with perception checks without disadvantage this time. Your stealth roll was ludicrous, wasn't it? It was 20...
20. It was nat 20, so it's 22, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. 2 kobolds have run in with their compatriots and are just scouring the woodlands for where this blinding light came from. They haven't seen you yet, but they are very close to you as well. So there's 4 kobolds in your vicinity now, just sort of looking around. They don't find you. They don't find Noman either, but they were never going to. So there are currently 4...
They'll never see me coming.
There are 4 kobolds in the woodlands. The remaining 5 are going to go charging up the road towards Halbernet, Shivarith, and Thomas. As the 5 of them come running forward, they're all going to start attacking the 3 of you. Is there anything I want to do as a reaction before they get to you? Looking at you, Thomas.
Well, yeah, I know. I was thinking before they get to it, but it's all within 5 feet. All of my stuff.
So if they start attacking people that aren't you, do you want to know, basically?
Yeah. But also, or I can basically, if one of them gets close enough, I can just hit him.
What happens
like
to
that.
because there's a blind goblin as well, isn't there?
There is a blind goblin. It's not the goblin's turn yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's the kobolds' turn first, and I've rolled one initiative for all of them, so it's much easier. As the kobolds come running forward, I think 2 will go for the heavily armoured halfling first, so they're going to run in and they're going to try and attack you. They are within 5 feet of each other, so they have pack tactics, so they have advantage on the attack rolls with their daggers.
I've got Maneuver's Brace, so as soon as they come within reach of my melee weapon, I can use my reaction to expend 1 superiority die and make 1 attack against the creature.
You've got superiority die.
Battlemaster, right?
Sorry.
If you use your reaction to do that, you can't use your reaction to protect your allies. Checking in, that's because you have so many reaction possibilities. Just checking that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
For this turn, yes.
Cool, lovely. So 2 kobolds come running up to you, Thomas, to try and attack you. But before one can even hit you, how do you strike out so quickly? What's the visual aesthetic here of you just suddenly getting a hit in?
Well, I think whilst Shivareth and Halbernet were having that kind of little back and forth, and they all kind of turned.
Yep.
I think Thomas's initial reaction was, with the sword and shield out, was, under the authority of Open Lord Silverhand, I please ask you to step away. Oh, okay.
Brilliant.
Cool.
And yeah, as soon as one comes close, it is a. It's just hiding behind the shield and kind of whoosh, like straight through it.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Make me an
So
attack roll.
he looks prepared to defend, but it kind of slides underneath.
Grand. Make me an attack roll as one gets into range of you and is about to attack.
That is
Do it
a
now.
19.
That hits, yeah. As they step in to strike at you, you just suddenly reach out and one of them, you attack and you hit. What's the damage?
Marvelous.
And you add your superiority too, so it's a lot of damage, I think.
Do I add the superiority to that?
Damage, I think.
Add the superiority die to the damage. Okay. So we've got a 7.
Okay.
And then a d8. Use a physical dice for that. So that's at a 6.
I mean, it's
so that
already
is a
dead,
13. and then
They're already
because
dead.
it's a flaming sword, so I get an extra 2d6 fire damage as well.
Yeah, you do.
This thing is
So
going
that's
down.
so it's a 13 plus 4, so it's a 17, 18.
I mean, that's over double its hit points. How would you like to cut this first one down? Because you are, I mean, the sword is probably doing more damage than you're used to, so it's kind of a whoa, as you realise quite how much, but you are burning this goblin to death while cutting it in half, basically. Sorry, goblin, kobold.
It's exactly that, right? He knew that it was a magical flamey sword, but not to that extent.
Yeah.
So it is a kind of a practiced move that just unexpectedly does hella damage that he was not expecting.
Shivareth does look impressed for probably the first time.
As you strike this kobold down and literally cut it like through the midriff,
Are they all red kobolds, Griff?
there are a smattering of colours. Some are red, some are orange, some are green, some are blue.
I'm embarrassed to say I don't know what difference it makes.
None at all. It's a
Oh,
stat.
it's fine.
Most of them do have that slight coloration where over the sides of the snout and across the top of the head it does sort of lighten slightly, but yeah, they are a variety of different rainbow colours. But yes, the first one is just cut into, and you fell the kobold remarkably quickly, Thomas. The one that was running up with it, which was getting pack tactics from having its buddy nearby, just, it's still gonna try and stab you with the dagger, but it's on his own and is very clearly worried. Yeah, that's a 10 to hit you.
No.
Does it scrape off the shield or bounce off the armor? What's the visual?
Could it be that as Thomas has flipped his shield to bring the sword through, the other one's come in from the side and he's just kind of gone bonk?
Oh,
the
nice.
shield.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thomas is a badass. Very, very quickly, a complete and utter badass. Yeah,
I
totally.
love
good
Thomas.
Good bonk. Right, good. The other 2 of them are heading for Halbernet, and they're just going to attack you. Haven't got any reactions you can use, have you, Ed?
Back, you skaghound! No, they don't.
Okay, they do have pack tactics because there's 2 of them attacking you. So the first one is going to roll. No, that's an 8. But with advantage, that's 16.
No. It's impressive.
You are like they are quite small around you. Like they're only about 3-4 foot tall, if that. So they are sort of one sort of tries to stab you in the leg and just bounces off. It's chainmail, isn't it?
Yeah. Full
That one's buddy is going to attack you as well. She, with advantage, rolls 17.
No.
Ooh!
That's hitting into your shield, isn't it, Alex? You've got a shield too.
I can't remember.
You have.
I think I should do.
That's why your AC is so high. So
it's ridiculous.
One tries to stab you in the leg and just gets caught in chainmail, and the other one actually manages to get around that, but your shield just boom knocks the dagger aside. One is going for Shivareth by themselves, and they roll a natural 1.
Oh, that's all right. A sort of sidestep.
This is going well.
The visual aesthetic I'd like you to have is that 2 attack Thomas and one just dies immediately and the other gets knocked asunder. Halbernet is surrounded but perfectly capably holding their own, whereas one just goes up to Shivareth and goes, ah! And leaps forward and just just flying right past and misses entirely.
You would see me raising an eyebrow at it, but by some miracle I've managed to apply a mask to my face while no one was looking.
The combat mask is on.
Nice.
That's the kobold's turn. Now then, you are in the woods. You've seen the kobolds have all run up to attack. The goblins look like they're holding back a little bit to see how the kobolds fare, and from the current state of affairs, look like they're probably not going to run up and attack in the same way. But
And there's blinded ones in the forest, aren't there?
there are 2 blinded kobolds in the forest, and there is 1 blinded goblin. They haven't had a turn yet. That's sort of holding onto the side of one of the carts, just going.
No turn, you say? I'd like to, because they're blinded, I'd like to sneak under the car and then, like, from underneath the car, just grip them, pull them underneath, stab one. Use my sneak attack and bonus action hide underneath the cart so that they don't know what's happened to their blinded companion. Because they're blind as well, so...
Okay, your stealth roll was ridiculous, so I will say that you can dive round the back and under the carts, and then... Are you stabbing one of the goblins? Or are you trying to knock them out again?
I'm full on like pulling one underneath and just killing it now. I've got the one to talk to later. So.
Make me an attack roll. You still get assassinate. They haven't had a turn yet. It's all like you are under the carts, and we'll do the stealth check to see if anyone has seen that you're there yet.
Ooh, at advantage. That might not be enough.
Come on, with advantage.
What's a bloody 7 + 8 is 15?
That is their AC. So with advantage, because they are blinded, you sneak under the cart and grab one and just, like, none of you are really watching the cart's detail. I think one of the commoners just looks around as a goblin and just disappears. Roll me all the damage. No, you would have advantage anyway because you're stealth, just to be clear. Like,
Okay,
you're currently stacking advantage, but advantage don't stack.
All right. Okay, so 1, 5, 2. Wait, 1, 4, 2, 6, 7 + 4 is 11 points of damage in total.
Yeah, the goblin you grab and pull under the cart, you just, like, how are you killing this one? You're dispatching it in one hit.
It's literally like by the shoes, like gripped underneath. Their like back of their head just comes up and just at the perfect point between the brain stem.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Like nice, quick and clean.
True. Yeah.
And then just like she looks up, like looking for more feet.
Roll me that stealth check to hide at the end of your turn.
No worries.
Thank you.
Bonus action. Oh, not 20. That's the 28 again, I think.
Unbelievable.
Oh, no, it's a 30. That's a 30 for
We've
stealth.
had a 30 roll in this campaign already. That's
Crazy.
unbelievable.
Like the
Crazy.
sneakiest whack-a-mole, just being like,
Yes.
From the top of the cart, you hear, in common, someone going, look, goblin. They have no idea. No one knows that you're there.
Just
no one has
vanished.
any idea what's happened. But yeah, that goblin is warm buttery toast. Good. Right. Good.
Slowly but surely, we will kill all of them.
I mean, you say slowly.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the wizard's turn. Good. Right. It's the goblin's turn. The blinded one has vanished, so it's just 9 angry goblins. The goblins
9?
can see.
So are them kobolds in the forest, aren't there?
Oh, yeah,
There were 10 total, and then...
No, there are 10 goblins and 10 kobolds.
I see, I'm with you.
There are lots of them.
Right.
I thought there were 10 total, my
Me
mistake.
too.
No.
No, I was totally with you. I thought that was
No, there are 20
interesting.
total.
Okay, let's go.
The 9 remaining goblins are going to... Who's watching the cart? Is no one watching the cart? Nemlin, you're under the cart, so you can see this happening.
I'm observing because I'm currently calculating which of my
Fine.
spells I'm going to use.
Yeah, no problem. They're not trying to be sneaky about this. The 9 remaining goblins are going to start leaping onto the carts and grabbing hold of commoners. Some of them are very much going with a, like, in a fight, we're probably doomed, but if we can get a standoff, we can probably get away. Some of them are hiding in the carts. 1 or 2 are diving under the carts to hide as well, so we'll cross that bridge in a second. But yes, they are basically preparing themselves for a standoff.
That's so funny. Like the idea that they're trying to hide next to me, and I'm just looking at them like.
You're in so much trouble now.
Okay, so I'm going
They
to...
probably think the dead body that I have is their
Someone
friend
hiding.
also trying to hide.
I will say that there are 2 goblins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, on each cart now. Some of them are holding people hostage. I'd say that 4 of them are trying to sort of grab someone, grab a commoner, something like that. The other 4 are hidden. They're going to roll stealth checks, so I'm going to roll that for them now. Because goblins are quite good at stealth checks. Yeah. What's your passive perception, Shivai? Because you were looking at the cart. What is your passive perception?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. 14.
14. Yeah, you see 4 of the goblins like go under carts, hide behind them. You've lost track of them. You can still see 4 of them on top of the carts, just trying to grab hold of people. The remaining goblin, the last one, just turns around and starts running full pelt down the road away from all of you. And they can disengage, so they can run past your cart and not be hit by you, Nelmlen. But they are just running away. You can see that, like, you're hidden in the wheel arch of one of the carts, and you can see 2 other goblins crouching under the carts, just getting ready for sneak attacks. So you have more targets if you want them. But one of them is just going to disengage and peg it, is going to run down the road away from all of you, and is now a good 30, 60, 70 feet away from most of you at this point. Just running as fast as it can. It shouts something in Goblin. Does anyone here speak Goblin?
No.
No one speaks Goblin?
Orc.
No, Goblin, I'm afraid. Yep.
I
Shouts.
know it's not a difference, but it might be a similar. Like,
Oh, I
can
see.
maybe understand.
Roll me an intelligence check, flat intelligence check.
That's not going to work, but okay. That's a 7.
Cool. They shout a word in Goblin. They shout, Booyaka! You have no idea what that means.
Ah, I actually know what that means.
I know some of us speak Goblin IRL, but your characters don't know what that means.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny as though to imagine what they're saying. That's funny.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay. Booyaka! Cool.
Shivareth, it's your turn.
All right. I have the spell Lightning Bolt.
Stand back, everyone.
Yes.
Lightning Bolt is a 100-feet line
Yes.
emanating from me
Yes.
in a straight line.
Correct.
Right, I can catch 4 people in the line who I like, and they automatically pass their save and take no damage.
Do they pass a save and take no damage, or pass a save and take half
They
damage?
take no damage because I am an evoker.
Are you sure that's how it
I am
works?
positive
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is the sorcerer version where they take half damage.
I understand. Good, okay. So,
What I would like to do is line myself up in a line where I can get as many goblins as possible, preferably including the one that's run away,
brilliant. Yeah.
Nice,
including the ones that have lined themselves up on the carts,
All
Yes.
holding on to random civilians, yes.
who I can protect. As many as possible in a 100-feet line that only includes 4 people who are not
Because
enemies.
it's such a boss move, I'm going to say you can do that, but you will have to move out of the range of the kobold.
I'm fine
So
doing
there's
that.
attack opportunity if you do this.
I'm fine doing that.
Cool. As you step
100,000
away,
IQ
the kobold's going to try and just leaped, missed, turns around, sees you moving.
And in between all of this happening, I've managed to put on a domino mask because got serious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Shivareth wears masks in battle.
Smart. Up mouse.
But yeah, you can all see Shivareth just
you
doing
lot
like
might want eyebrow scars, but I'm fine with that.
She packed her angry eyes just in case.
the masks are all quite owl themed, so yeah, there's a certain amount of like. But yes. Shivarith, as you sort of make mental calculations and draw a line in your head and go, this is it.
I probably haven't even noticed the kobold, and I've just stepped away without even thinking about it.
I mean, you are sidestepping by 5 feet to just get a yep, to line yourself up entirely. As you do, the kobold, who is Sans friend, so no pack tactics, is going to try and hit you as you move out of the way. And rolls a 12.
That doesn't hit.
Cool.
Hey.
Just where the first one was a complete miss, this one is more of scrabbling at your back, but it sort of sparks off the blue magic effect and does nothing as you step up and line up your lightning bolt and fire it. Describe how it works, describe the magic, do it all.
I'm gonna just very precisely hold the staff, point it in a line, and then just a crackling bolt of lightning shoots in a straight line from it.
There's a deafening boom of thunder around all of you as a bolt of lightning streaks out, and it looks like it's going to hit all 4 carts.
Yeah, it does. It's a 16 dex save from anyone who is in the line.
Cool. So the goblins on the carts, who are one is reaching and grabbing a small child and holding a rusty-looking scimitar to their throat.
Child.
Yeah. One is scrabbling up the back of some people, trying to get hostages, trying to get anything that will help them in this situation. The first one rolls a 12.
Nice.
The second one rolls an 8. The third one rolls a 20. The fourth one rolls an 11. And the one that's running off into the middle distance rolls a 7.
Oh, that Booyaga was coming for them.
Oh, yeah. Big styly wow. Definitely.
You would never escape the Booyaga.
Is that all it caught? It would have caught the people underneath as well.
No. It's a 5 foot. It's a 5 foot. Carts are bigger than that.
Area of effect.
You've the 4 that were threatening people. You've the lightning bolt has passed, and wherever there was someone you don't want to hit, it's sort of arced around them and then
no,
through.
I would like it to have gone directly through them, but not cause them any damage.
Wow.
That's
okay.
so cool.
So the goblin holds up the small child, and the lightning bolt passes through the small child. Just goes just screams, but then feels no pain and just. The goblin behind just pops like a balloon and just.
Yeah, it was. I rolled 25 damage, so.
So even the half one, they've only got 7 hit points. Yeah, 4 goblins just blow up as this lightning bolt passes through them, and then the one distance just goes at the end as well as you
Does
take.
one survive?
No, because even on a past deck
takes
save,
half.
still half,
I
which
love
would
it.
still kill it. So yes,
double
you take out 5 goblins in one fell swoop.
No bonus actions from me.
That's right, sip your tea.
cool.
Sip your tea.
Fucking boss.
That was proper.
Splendid stuff.
Thomas definitely would have, as soon as the lightning had gone straight forward. And it's quite far away, so wouldn't have been able to see details, but definitely would have been the civilians.
Oh no!
And then seen that they would have been all right afterwards and been like,
I don't think we needed to worry. Good.
Amazing.
That was quite something.
Thomas, you still have 1 kobold around you. There are 3 other kobolds in close vicinity. 1 that is sort of scrabbling at Shivarith's back, trying to stop this from happening, and 2 on Halbernet. What would you like to do?
okay. I'm going to go up to the 2 on Halbernet.
There is 1 still on you that if
there
you
is
step
one,
away,
yeah.
you will there'll be an attack opportunity.
That's right. All right.
I was going to say just for that, Halbernet, don't worry about me, youngling. Save the men and save the people in the carts.
Well, that was his plan ultimately, but
Oh yeah, Halbernet's job clearly here is to tell you what you already know.
Exactly. That is my MO. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. Well, yeah. Deal with the one closest to him first.
Sure.
So slashy swordy. That's not great. That is a 10.
Their AC is 12. You strike out and miss. How do you miss this attack?
Possibly still distracted by the
loud
lightning,
boom.
potentially hurting people. So it's still in that kind of mid, they're definitely okay, aren't they? Right?
Yeah.
Now I realised because last time it was my turn, I was confused and forgot that I actually, if I attack, I get to attack twice.
You've not had a turn yet. That was an attack. It was a reaction.
I
Grace is
was
just a
not
single attack.
confused.
Yeah.
I was right.
You have 2 attacks. So do you want to strike out the same one again?
Yes, but with more focus, hopefully.
Sure.
Flashy, slashy. Swordy.
Yeah.
It's not needed for a kobold, but that was a natural 20.
Yay!
Oh,
27.
this is going to be splattering.
Go on.
After that
Nat
miss,
20 of the game.
How grim
after
is it?
that miss, Thomas kind of is back focused in the game. Sword crashes against his shield a couple of times, and then he goes for just a full-on lunge.
Go for it.
For okay, so that is 12, and then another 2d6 for the fire damage. 17, 23 damage.
Yeah, they've got 5 hit points.
Overkill.
It's beautiful. A thing of beauty.
How do you dispatch this one?
So it is slam the sword on the shield, thrust right through the center of it, and with a kind of he lifts a tiny halfling somehow has the strength and kind of lifts it up, flicks it off the back of the sword, and turns to look at Halbernet to check that he's definitely okay, and then runs towards the carts.
Check that they're definitely okay. Just check that they're definitely okay now.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry, they're definitely
yeah,
okay.
Thank
I
you.
apologise.
That's fine. So you just look at Halbernet, who
Beautiful.
says they're fine. Does Halbernet look fine?
Yes, they are, absolutely. It's that was most impressive. On you go!
In which case, Thomas, you can charge towards the carts. You can't see any more goblins around the carts, but you counted way more earlier, so you can assume there are some being sneaky. But yes, you charge towards the carts, leaving the 3 kobolds that are attacking Shavareth and Halbernet with them, and you are now running... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So many kobolds. 2 in the woods, and there were 2 more in the woods looking as well. That explains that. Understood. Good. On we go. Right. Halbert.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think he's. What he wants to do is try and
They want to
negotiate
do
with
it.
the rest of them. Sorry?
What they want to do.
Sorry. What they want to do is try and negotiate with the rest of the goblins, but obviously that's not going to happen until the other 2. So it's yes, it is only 1 attack, I presume.
Yeah, you only get 1 attack.
Just trying to think if I want to do something else. Nope. I am just going to attack the one.
One of the 2.
Whichever one of the 2 is nearest me.
Yeah, that's fine.
With my mace.
Please do.
And
It's a very standard, bog standard mace. Clonk.
8.
Bonk standard mace.
No, it's bog standard. You do not hit with an 8. No.
So, oh no, this is going to be okay.
Run away now.
No, yeah, this is the problem. You think you can attack me, little, and then goes for the sort of the most obvious sort of swing that he can, and then when it's still there, oh damn it!
The most obvious thing
So
that they
that
can.
should have worked, and it completely didn't.
Yeah. Over the top of their heads. Passed entirely. Right. Good. Any bonus actions?
Yes, spiritual weapon.
Oh, what does that look like?
Well, oh no, I haven't thought about this. I think it's going to be the, as it were, sort of the. This is going to be weird. It's sort of the head of an elven ancestor, if you see what I mean.
And then you're gonna whack people with it.
That is going to essentially go and try and like flaming bite, if you see what I mean.
Is
It's the
this
thing
because
of
Halbernet talks people to death. So
yes.
you're like, well, the ancestors also whack.
A floating spectral elven head just appears out of nowhere and just.
Well, actually,
You've never heard this one before, have you?
So a gigantic elven head just appears and goes, Rangers! And then dives down to attack one of them.
That's pretty much what happened.
it's beautiful. I love it.
Go on, mid attack roll.
So good.
Okay, straight away.
Yeah. It makes
Does it
attack.
come into
It comes into
cool.
effect and makes attack on the same time. Yes.
Wow. See how often I've played a spellcaster.
You play a cleric in a home game that I've run for you for 3 years.
And I have never been any good at it. Ever.
Shots fired.
I have survived. That is it. That is all I'm intending to do with this character as well. That is a 17.
That hits, yeah.
Yes.
What was that?
Yes. All right then. If you won't get hit by me, take it from my ancestors. And it does a sort of. Oh no, this is horrible. It does a sort of Pac-Man thing. So it reaches all the while. Yeah, that kind of. And then the damage is. That's 12.
Yeah.
Nice.
Your ancestor eats the kobold.
Yes, pretty much.
Is it more of like a sort of
Yeah.
crush, like a sort of like it crushes down the kobold, just collapses to the ground, crunched?
There's nothing delicate about it. It is. There will be as many crushed bones as there will be any slashing from the teeth. It's more just it's force as much as it is anything else.
Shavareth, next to you, there is a kobold just being Pac-Man to death.
Yes. I think that's the noise. Perfect.
Probably speaking something really helpful in Elven, but you know.
I actually think that's kind of cool. Weird,
Awesome.
but cool.
Right. From the back of the carts. What's the range on that? Yeah. Shavareth, a sphere of energy is going to come roaring out of the woodland from the back and is going to come charging straight towards you as a chromatic orb appears out of nowhere.
No, disagree.
Not okay.
Well, it does.
Who's casting?
Is it
And I've rolled a
past me?
natural 20.
Oh!
That is unfortunate.
That's
But I can't shield that, unfortunately.
too high. Sorry. So that is. I have to do it manually. That's 68. Because it would be 3d8, and now it's 6.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was 68 damage.
Oh god, no.
That would have been. That would have been a lot.
27 points of acid damage as this ball
That's
just
still a lot.
roars over all of the carts and splashes over you, Shavareth.
5 hit points remaining.
Ooh.
Oof.
You can see out of the you cannot see where this came from. There is a bend in the road, and where the goblin was running towards, clearly there was something there.
I sort of stumble back a little bit.
It's a heavy hit. Yeah. Cool.
Is there, for those of us that are closer to the carts, can we see a bit further around the corner? Can we see what that came from?
No, because this is a goblin and they can roll stealth checks as a bonus action.
Nice.
Goblin spellcasters are nasty. But yes,
Oh, that's why it was shouting for. Okay. Sorry. Niles made the connection.
it was shouting for the wizard.
Yeah.
Clever.
Okay.
Coriolis, we're back up to the top. It is your turn. There are 4 kobolds in the woods near you. You are still hidden because... No, hang on. No. Your stealth roll from you cast a spell. I'll get this right.
I did, yes. But then people were blinded and they came to find me, and then 2 others came to
They
find
couldn't
me, and
see you, and the spell
couldn't,
effect
yeah.
came out of the woodland. There are currently 4 kobolds, 2 of which are blinded until the end of your turn, so are still blinded for now, stumbling through the woodlands, and 2 more. They're all looking for you. There are 4 kobolds looking for you.
Okay. I'm assuming I can't see where this chromatic orb came from either.
No, you can't see that. You can't see the carts very well because you're in the woodlands. You're out of the way.
Okay. I'm really torn. Okay. I don't think I know where Gnomelin went either.
No idea.
But I think the most Coriolis thing to do is to be like, what the f*** does this fan do? And just try
I love this. It's
Okay.
amazing.
and just cast Gust of Wind, although I don't know that's what I'm casting. Just get the fan out and waft it in the direction.
Of one of the ones that is blinded, or one of the ones that is not.
No, all of the ones, all 4 of the ones that are looking for me.
Okay, it's 60 foot long and 10 foot wide. So I
Okay.
would say
How many
you
can I get
capture
in?
2 in that. Actually,
Okay.
no, let's be fair. Roll me a d4.
D4.
You
Why
could
the
catch
fuck's
more.
my D4?
Come on, 4. Come on, 4. Come on, 4.
Yeah, come on,
That's a
bring it.
3.
You can catch 3 of them, yeah.
All right.
Yes!
Better than
Okay.
2.
Better than 2.
better
Okay,
than
so
2.
I'm just gonna get the fan out and be like, okay, well they said it was a good gust of wind. Let's see what, and then just go for it.
Okay, so the kobolds need to make
Oh wait,
strength saving
would you
throws.
describe it as dawn or pre-dawn?
Dawn has just passed.
Okay, so this is the only time I can use it today without risking it breaking.
I'd say you probably get one more. Right.
Cool. So they need to make a strength saving throw?
Something that kobolds are notoriously excellent at. Good, right.
Oh, are they really?
No.
Oh,
We have a 4, a 3, oh, and a 14.
Does not succeed. Wait, no, it does succeed, sorry.
What's the DC?
It's 13, yeah.
Okay, so you just how do you want to do the gust? How do you want to be? Do you want to be just?
I think I don't know how to use it, so I'm just kind of fanning in the general direction. Like we'll see what happens, and then it just kind of whiffles out from there.
And if you'll allow, I'll describe this from the perspective of the people in the road. So, people in the road, you've just had this sort of orb appear out of nowhere and sear Shivarith quite badly, and then suddenly out of the tree line, just 2 kobolds just flying out of the tree line, just arse over tail, just flying out, cartwheeling out madly. They both fly out and bash into the carts. They don't take any damage from Gust of Wind, do they? They just get knocked away. But yeah, they are just they fly out and bash into the carts on the side. And Coriolis, there, you're just fanning, and one of them's there just going, trying to get closer to you, but also just not quite sure how to deal with the wind. And one of the blinded ones nearby is just sort of looking around, and Draconic just starts shouting. No one speaks Draconic, do they?
No.
I will tell you all in Draconic what the kobold is saying is, Terry, what's going on?
Okay.
Don't make them cute.
Yeah.
The kobolds! Cute!
Can I make the hide action now, or is that...
No, it's an action because you're not a rogue.
I see.
Do you have a
I
bonus
think with
action?
the best will in the world, that's asking quite a lot. You've just fired 2 goblins out of the wood. It's like,
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
not here.
No.
Do you have a bonus
Yeah.
action you want to use? You've used an item, so if you've got a spell, it's a bonus action.
Is it? Oh, okay. I did not know that.
You're not casting a spell with the item, you're just using the item, so you can still cast a spell.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, fine. I would like to cast...
Is it a bonus? It has to be a bonus action spell.
Oh, well, then in that case, all I've got is shield, so no.
It's a reaction anyway. Cool.
You mean to say is not a bonus action?
I've got no useful bonus actions.
Cool. Okay, so you're just fanning at the kobold that's like trying to get to you. The kobold that's trying to get to you it can walk through a gust of wind. Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement. Oh, each creature that starts its turn. Never mind. So 2 of them go flying. The other one there just is now going to push its way through the wind, not thinking to sidestep and walk up to you. And is going to walk up to you 2 feet for every 1 foot. It can still get to you. It's going to run up and just like try and stab you with a dagger. But it's by itself. Its mate is there, but sort of still... No, it stops being blinded end of your turn. Okay, we'll come to that one in a minute. One is going to go up first and is going to try and stab you. And its buddy is going to shake off the colour spray and is also going to run up and try and stab you. The first one rolls a 19 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits. I can't even use shield on that, yeah.
Okay. You take... Dagger.
Oh,
Take
Dagger!
should be fine.
Sorry, I'm trying to roll the dagger damage. You take dagger. I'm rolling a proper dice. You take 5 points of piercing damage from the dagger.
Fine.
Oh, there it is.
Practical.
And the other one is also going to run up next to its buddy and is also going to stab you, this time with advantage because of pack tactics. And that is a 14 to hit you.
Shield!
Okay, so the first one manages to stab into your side and you don't manage to block it in time. The other one, as they run up, how does your shield look? What's the effect of your shield?
Just kind of like wash my arm over myself saying something and it just doesn't happen. Yeah. Just...
As you do, the one that's running in sort of watches the dagger stabbing towards you. Instead of it being like a sort of armor effect because of all of your various like things about the way that you're casting spells, it's more like the dagger just sort of bends over briefly, and then they pull it back and it goes back in, and they just look at it confused, no idea what just happened. Cool. Right. Those are the 2 kobolds in the woods. The 3 kobolds that remain. Shivarith, the one that's by you is going to try and attack you again.
Oh,
Because
good God.
Thomas has run off.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't have pack tactics. It's on its own. It
The
rolls
civilians.
a... No, you're fine. It rolls a 12 to hit you.
Yeah, no. Damn it.
As it tries to scrabble at you again with the dagger, it glances off because your mage armor is more of a shield. Like it's more of a sort of.
No, you can't see it. Once it's cast, it's just like my clothes are slightly harder.
Does it try and stab like a cloak and it sort of clings off
Yeah.
your cloak like it would be armor? So cling, looking confusedly at its
I mean, to
dagger.
be fair, 12 is my natural armor anyway, so I could just move out of the way of
So you
that.
dodge the strike.
Yeah.
As it strikes out, you dodge and miss. Halban, the 2 on you get pack tactics and they're both going to try and attack you still. The first one, that's a natural 20.
There's so many nat 20s this
I know, it's
game.
been really good so far. The second one, the highest roll is a 15. So I presume that doesn't hit.
No, but the
But I
natural
think
20 does.
while one is distractingly trying to stab you wildly in the knee again, the other one's going to slip around and actually get in your side where the chainmail locks in,
yeah.
and is going to manage to bite deep with the dagger.
Damn it all! I think the thing I'm distracted by is the fact that Shivarith is
Very
so
badly
obviously
hurt. Yes.
is so obviously in pain. I think that would be the thing of no, and then ow, you little. Yeah,
You only take 5 points of damage from the crit because it's a dagger.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Shibarra is in pain, but also like looking down the road and calculating distances.
nice.
I love the fact that can't see it. Yeah.
Exactly. That's awesome.
Yeah, those 3 kobolds, that is their turn. Now, Mlen, you are under the cart. There are still... You can see 2 other goblins under the carts that are clearly hiding, but not as well as you are hiding, and their stealth rolls went high enough to avoid your passive perception. I checked. You can't see the 2 others, but you know they're around somewhere.
I think we all know what I'm going to do. I'm
Pull
going to...
something under a cart and stab it, or just
There's already things under
Meet-
the
They're
meet a
already under the
goblin?
cart, so they've done half the job for me. Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely like using the cover of their comrade's dead body as if like I'm the living, breathing thing on top of their comrade, so they think that I'm their goblin friend, and then I'm just gonna look at them as they're like hiding, probably chatting to each other, whispering. And as there's like a lull in the silence, I'm just gonna like flick my dagger and just stab one in the head and continue to hide next to it so that on my next turn I can then clamber over that one and then stab the last one.
so lethal.
Okay, make me the attack roll with advantage. They don't know that you're there. Your stealth roll was high enough.
Oh, no, never mind then. What? Oh, that's a 19, so I crit.
Yeah, with these daggers you crit. Yep.
Yeah, special keen boys.
Keen
They're
boys.
extra sharp.
Extra sharp. Don't cut
Again,
yourself.
this feels like massive overkill, but I suppose
It is. You'll be
Yeah.
unsurprised to hear this combat is so you can all show off your abilities.
So that's
Or die.
4 plus
If you're
4
me.
is 8. Plus
No, they have 7 hit points.
7
No, they have 7 hit
plus
points.
another 5.
No, stop killing the dead
plus,
thing.
Another 7.
hitting it, stabbing, flogging a dead goblin.
I mean, you do you do so much damage. And are you rolling a stealth check to hide again? Are you keeping this facade up?
Oh, I could just bonus action stab it, can I?
You won't do sneak attack damage.
No.
It's not been a problem thus far.
Yeah. I just like the comedy of the fact that they think they're hidden with their friends and it's just me.
Then roll me.
Boogeyman.
It's just me.
Vicious.
Roll me another stealth check then.
Yes, please.
The other thing that amuses me about the situation is none of us know what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
The 28.
Oh my god. Yeah, if you'll allow, Niall. The
Please.
2 goblins, they've dived under 2 separate carts. And under the 3rd cart, which is where you are, is where there's already a dead goblin and you've already killed that one. The one at the front looks back, sees a shadow, and says something whispers something in goblin to you. At which point
Can I
you
lift up the hand as if they were like...
which point you lift up a goblin hand, and the person, surprised you aren't talking, just turns back to look under the carts of the combat happening at the front. At which point you do a little combat crawl forward and just go in the back of the other one. And the one at the back sees something happening in the front, looks forward and says something else in goblin, and you just look back. and raise the next one's hand.
I love it.
Yes.
I love
It's like everyone's worst nightmare. This is why they're like, you should never walk in the middle of a group.
No, exactly.
You think you're safe, but you're not.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Okay. The goblins under the cart. That one's dead. There are two others that you can't see, Nelmlin, because they're not under the carts. They've hidden elsewhere on the carts. You can't see them. You have no idea what they're doing.
Okay.
But the one under the cart...
they're on top of the carts.
They're hiding on top
No,
of the carts.
in. With you.
On top, in, around. They're not...
Right,
They hid
sorry,
in,
yeah.
not under. The one that is under... They can't tell that you're not a goblin because the stealth roll was so high, and I'm going to allow that. I think that would be a cruel turn. They can see the battle's going badly.
Really hell.
Oh, please run.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Hang on. They saw the spell cast by their magic user at the back, so they might think it'd be smarter to go and sit with them. Yeah, or you see from the back, the third one is going to crawl out the back of the cart and just start running. And
Are they in my opportunity attack range?
if you crawled forward to get to one, no. The other one at the back, you can't.
Ah, okay. I was going to scare the out of them.
But yes, those of you that are watching the carts, and you may or may not be, depending on where you're at. Actually, Thomas, you're running towards them, so you can see this. 3 goblins leap off the carts out of hiding and are just running down the road away from this whole situation. Cool. Shivara, it is your turn.
Okay, there's still a kobold next to me.
There is a kobold next to you.
Feel pretty bad.
You've been hit by a lot of acid.
But I know the range on Chromatic Orb,
Yes, you're a smart wizard.
but I can't see the person who did it.
No, but you can... I will allow that there is general vicinity. That's fine.
General vicinity
you just-
enough to cast Scorching Ray?
No, that targets an individual creature. You have to be able to see it.
Okay.
You don't have to be able to see it. It's attack rolls. It does not say creature you can see.
You could roll attack rolls with disadvantage. No, because you don't even... Oh...
General vicinity.
I was going to say this. You're just going Agent Orange on the forest.
I was thinking
would-
the exact same tactic, like, because you know the general area, just throw
Bomb it,
general
yeah.
area.
Okay.
It's 3 rays.
You can make the attack rolls with disadvantage. I'll allow that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's the range on Chromatic
hang
Orb? On Scorching Ray?
Scorching Ray is 120 feet.
Cool. So you're targeting the bit of woodland where the Chromatic Orb came
Yeah.
from? That's fine.
Right, the first one is a 17.
With disadvantage?
Yeah. The second,
Okay.
The second one is a 19.
Yep.
The third one is a natural 1.
Oh,
Okay.
That was the 2 ends of the spectrum there, I think.
Here's what
Yeah.
I'm going to say. Can you roll me damage on the first 2 first?
Yeah.
Just seen one of them. That's quite potent.
Yep.
That is 18 points of damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now roll me the damage on the last one as well.
6.
Okay. How do you cast your Scorching Rays?
I think it's very much from...
The heart.
I think I'm holding my staff, but this is from the hand, and I'm just pointing it, and 3 go like kind of over the... I've lifted my hand up, so it's going over the heads of the people in the cart, and I'm just going like 3 in the direction that I think the person's at, and I look quite cross.
Thomas, as you run, 3 beams of scorching fire just
Fire.
fly over the top of the carts.
I did promise fire.
Yes,
so.
you did. From a sort of part of the woodland at the back that you can see, it's a long way away. Like by the speed that you're running and where you're up to so far, it's a good like 80 feet away from you. Not that far, 70 feet away from you. As you're running towards the carts, these rays, 2 of them disappear into the woodlands, and you hear a shriek of pain. The 3 goblins running back just suddenly, like, they do almost a cartoon run, like, stop, like, oh no.
Nice.
And then the entire bit of woodland there just starts lighting up, and it's all completely on fire.
That's
I think
awesome.
I'd be ashamed, but I'm not.
No reason.
Speaking of which, Thomas, it is your turn.
Can you put that out later?
No.
Right, okay. Thomas does feel bad about running away from teammates because he was under the impression that they had things under control.
They did have things under control.
Just with fire.
As far as we were aware.
But am I correct in thinking there are no more... There's still a couple of goblins hidden under the cart, but I can't see them. There's no more goblins in the carts.
You don't know that. There are 3 goblins running away from the carts. That's all that you know. There were a lot more earlier. Now there are not. But there are 3 running away from the carts that look like they're trying to run away. And there are still 3 kobolds around Shavareth and Halbernet. And you can also hear some combat noise from the woods to your right.
Oh, yeah.
Closer.
Yes.
Okay. Just to save the image of Thomas like running 25 feet. Like...
Yeah, you can run into the woods. Just run into the woods, and as you do, Coriolis has 2 kobolds surrounding her. One of which, and she's bleeding from a gash. Where would you like the gash to be, Anna?
Oh, on my arm.
Oh, there's a gash on the arm. Oh,
On the arm.
oh, no. Corey's bleeding from a gash on the arm.
Yeah, well, he's going to storm up to whichever one is, I guess, theoretically closest, but also if he's got time to look before he dives in, whichever one's looking strongest.
Sure.
But they both haven't been hit yet, have they?
No, one's purple and one's blue, but nothing else differentiates them.
Well, I hate blue, so...
All right.
Whichever one is the closest one,
Sure.
and that is 22 to hit.
Nice. Wow.
Well, yeah.
It's a non-nat 20. Yeah. So that does 5,
I mean,
6,
can
7.
you not kill it if it
8.
takes 2d6 fire damage as well?
No,
No,
not
there's no
easily.
way.
If they were all
That was
ones.
an 8.
Yeah. Describe how Coriolis has a kobold attacking her, and suddenly from behind the kobold
Is no more.
does the sword poke out of the mouth? Like, what are we talking?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess
Burning
as
raw.
it's kind of if it's starting to loom,
Yeah.
it kind of does its kind of like and just kind of slides out of the camera shot.
Yes.
And again, Thomas kind of turns and I'm going to attack the other one as well
Sure, go for it.
because I can.
Winning.
Oh, that is a nat 1. We're an 8.
It's still an at one, that. As you turn, I think maybe because are you showing off a bit? Is this a bit like, yeah? Oh, no.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit one, and then the other one you sort of like, I think you lose focus and you don't actually even strike out properly. But now the 2 of you are in the woods and there's only 1 kobold with you. I'm going to say the
I
2...
hit the tree next to me instead.
Yeah. More of the forest is now on fire.
Amazing.
I will say the 2 kobolds that got thrown out by the gust of wind got knocked insensate by being bashed against the side of the cart and have been knocked out, just to make everyone's life easier. Halbernet, it's your turn.
You know when I said earlier I wouldn't require any of your healing powers?
I'm ready.
I think I might have been proved wrong.
Let's not. You've already. What you did with the lightning was spectacular. I am very willing. I can't be having this conversation whilst we're in the middle of
There you
combat.
can.
All right. Well, what you did with the lightning was very impressive. I'll be there in just a second. Let me just Pac-Man this one to death. We'll be fine.
You've only got 1 more on you. However, there's also 1 on Shavara still. There are 2 left around you.
Okay, so yes, the spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Do I do that one first? It doesn't matter what order I do it.
No.
So the spiritual weapon is going to go and attack the one near Shavareth first, which is. Oh, where's it? Nom 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 nom. So it's that one. Nom, nom, go on a day. 16.
Yeah.
Nom, 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 nom. Great. And it does 6 damage.
Yeah, it's only got 5 hit points. Yeah.
Oh! I thought this was going to be the first time someone hadn't killed one. Oh, I'm the only one who hasn't killed one yet. Fine! Yeah. So it gets good sort of munch. I'm assuming it's the same sort of crunch again. However, now let's see if this mace can work this time.
If you use your action to mace and you cannot heal Shivareth.
Ooh, I see. But the thing is, if I move away from... Actually, I don't care.
If I move away from, actually, I don't care.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Yes, so having munched the one that's nearby her, I will sort of... what am I going to use? I would imagine... Yeah, okay, because I can use Healing Word, which is 60 feet. So trying to sort of...
You can't now because you used your spiritual weapon, which is a bonus action. Healing Word is also a bonus action.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, I see. So in which case I need to use Cure Wounds, in which case I need to get over to you.
The kobold is going to strike out at you as you step away from it.
I mean, you could just wait and kill the kobold first.
No. This is a healer. He is more concerned with that than he is with his own.
They are more concerned.
Sorry, they exactly.
Thank you. The kobold is going to strike out at you as you walk away.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's what I would try. What they would try and do is push them back with the shield.
Yes, you use the shield to push them out of the way, and they're going to sort of try and scrabble over the shield to hit you. I think as you step back to give Shivareth the Cure Wounds, they're going to come with, because they're sort of on the shield, just...
Yeah, exactly. Clasped onto the thing. Get away from me, Earth! And then reaching out behind.
Kobold pet.
Yes, exactly. And that's a Cure Wounds, which you get for...
You casting your first
11?
level? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll start with that. And
11
keep going.
dice.
Yep.
Lovely. Okay.
There we go.
Right.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. Get off me!
Out of the woods stumbles, at about the range where the flaming, scorching rays went, stumbles a goblin. They're wearing a long cloak that looks like it used to be a flag, and now they're wearing as a cloak because they are a booyaga. And they've also got a headdress on that looks like it's made of an old boot. Like,
amazing.
All of the ostentation, none of the style. And they just step out and everything's on fire. And they're just patting, wildly flailing at themselves, trying to get the fire to go out. They are going to look... There's a range on that. 120 feet. Yeah, it's fine.
To hide behind Albert.
They're going to look up. I mean, the cars is in the middle. People on the cars are just literally just going. Smells flying over the top of them. Shivareth. No, actually, no. I think they're going to look at Halbert instead. No, they're going to look at Shivareth instead because you're right there.
Yeah.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
10?
No. They're just going to reach out and shout, "Bah!" And a crown, much like the sort of strange boot crown that they are wearing, starts to form on Shivareth's head.
Oh my god.
Boot crown.
There's a boot.
That's amazing.
Is it proportionally the same size? Is it like...
Yeah, it's like a little
small
fez.
on her?
It's like a fascinator.
Boot.
I would like
Just a Doc Martin.
I would like to note for the record that the first time I have cast Crown of Madness in any game in Bloody Ages, it worked. Ed, how many times has Crown of Madness been cast by the Orica? Just checking.
Every single time they have cast it, over 2 campaigns, it has never worked. Ever. And this time it's a booyah with a boot.
First time.
We would have had more
The rules of Crown of Madness are absolutely ridiculous. We'll get to it on Shivareth's turn. Good. It's still trying to put the fire out, but it is still taking. It's still on the fire.
I'm assuming that Nolan's gonna, murder them before.
Oh, I am going to this thing up.
Right, Coriolis, it is your turn. Now, I just remembered I was informed that you've not been doing your wild magic surge rolls. So
I have
you've cast
not.
2 spells. Can you roll me 2 d20s,
Although
please?
does one of them count? Because shield. We're talking
Yeah.
about shield. It's fine.
So roll me 2 d20s.
You're not going to believe this.
Is it a 1?
It's a 1.
Nice.
Hold on. Let me roll the other one. In case by some fluke it's also a 1. But yeah, that.
Now would not be the time.
This is actually a dice you gave me, and I rolled the one. Yeah.
My dice love me, no matter who they belong to now.
Okay, no. The other one was a 4. So okay, right. So I need the wild magic table.
Don't worry,
Hold
no,
on.
don't look at it. Don't look at it.
just
You don't
roll
look
a
at
D-
it.
D-
I look at
D100.
it. Roll a d100.
Okay.
I feel like I made a terrible, terrible mistake in coming over here to help you instead of heading back.
You may well have done. We're about to find out together.
away!
It's a 100.
Oh,
Is that good?
What?
Or is
no.
it bad?
No,
What?
it's really not.
Nothing happens.
Oh, it is good then.
No.
You would have regained all of your expended sorcery points, but you haven't used any.
Yeah.
Oh. That's an anticlimax the like of which I've seldom seen.
It's a d100 roll. Don't blame me right off
No, not blaming you. It's just a shame. I wanted somebody. It's like I was saying. I wanted somebody to turn into a unicorn, but no. Just had a
wait.
vaguely positive advantage, which you didn't get.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I rolled a 100 and got nothing.
Nope.
I
Sorry.
feel warm inside.
So do I now get my go?
Yes.
I'm about to cast another spell, so we're going to have to do it again. Okay.
Hang on, I'm just checking the rules on Tides of Chaos to make sure I understand them fully. Yep, good.
Okay, cool. I am going to cast. Hold on. I'm also going to check the rules of Tides of Chaos just for my own
It
brain.
means you can give yourself advantage on 1d20
On an
roll.
attack roll.
And if
Yeah,
you
so
do,
what I'm
I
gonna
can
do-
then wild magic surge you whenever I want. Well, whenever you
So
want to
yes,
stop.
I am about to use Tides of Chaos to get advantage on my next roll.
You don't need it yet. You don't know if you need it. You can choose after you roll it to see if you need
But
it.
okay, fine. I might roll on that 20.
What are you
I would
doing?
like to cast Firebolt at the
That is a
head.
cantrip. You do not need to roll a d20 for that. It's only on level spell 1s or higher. You can't see Boothead because you are in the woods.
Can I move to see Boothead?
There's a kobold nearby.
You're gonna get attacked.
You get an
Fine,
attack
I will
opportunity.
Firebolt. Noted. I will Firebolt.
You are technically within melee range of it, so a firebolt would have to roll with disadvantage because
I will not do that. I will. Shocking
Stick
grasp.
to your guns.
rules hammer. Okay, you can shocking grasp.
Theoretically,
This is why it's good to know the rules.
Theoretically, no, go on, theoretically.
if Coriolis was to move out of the woods and invoke an attack of opportunity, does that count as an attack for the purposes of my defensive-y stuff?
Nice.
Does it well?
That's good.
But I don't know that. This is the problem.
Don't know. that.
True.
No,
You
it's
can
fine.
talk. You can always talk. Talking is a free action.
No, that's fine. I
Yeah,
can deal with
that's
this one if you want to deal with the more powerful ones out there.
Okay.
Stick to your guns, Corio. No, I'm just not going to say that.
So
I
it's
don't know
up to
what
you,
to do
Anna.
now.
It's up to you.
I don't know what to do now.
Roll the dice.
I knew what I was going to do, and now I don't know what I'm going to do.
You can
Hold
always.
on.
What I
Do you
recommend is
mean-
roll a d20, and if it's a 10 or higher, if it's an 11 or higher, do it. If it's a 10 or lower, do what you were first going to do.
I'm going to cast Firebolt on the Boothead.
Cool. In which case, as you step away from the kobold, it's going to try and attack opportunity you. And Thomas, what do you do?
Ta-da!
Thomas, after kind of getting the sword stuck in the tree
Yeah.
and getting very cross about that,
Yeah.
I'm going to fighting style interception and use reduce the damage by 1d10 plus 3.
So you're reducing the damage. You're not.
Just not preventing the attack.
You're reducing the damage. That means the attack. You could reduce it to 0, in which case you protect it entirely. Do you have an ability that lets you stop the attack? No. Have you got the?
I have one that I can attack it in turn, but that would still do the damage to Coriolis, right?
Yes, because it's attacked. Okay.
Coriolis.
Interception. Use that, and we'll see if it reduces damage to 0. It should do. I mean, this is assuming it hits anyway. You may not need to use your reaction, so we can work this out pretty well. So the kobold is going to strike out at Coriolis as Coriolis tries to run away, and there are no other ones nearby, so it's going to make an attack roll, and it rolls a 6. Never mind. Coriolis, you dart out the way. Thomas is there to defend you, but doesn't need to because you are too
I mean,
quick.
you could now use your sentinel attack to kill it.
I could.
Because it attacked someone else.
Oh.
Yes,
If it uses an attack opportunity to attack someone else, do you still get the sentinel attack?
Yeah, because it attacks someone else who isn't you in your range.
makes an attack against a target other than you. Just says.
Brilliant. Yes. So as it strikes out, it opens itself, and you just go in with a quick strike. Go for it.
Yeah. This is a
Denied.
Denied.
That is a non-nat 20.
Oh, scorching behaviour.
Yep.
Well done.
Literally.
Yeah.
With my sword of embers. As a 9,
dead.
10, 11, 12, 13.
It's
You're
sort of
all
like
good.
a trap, isn't it? Like it tries to kill you and you just kill it in return.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never attack. You're just
Go
gonna
do the
die.
magical sparkle things!
Coriolis, you run out of the woods, and you can see this creature. It's still on fire. It's still smoking. It's a goblin with this boot crown, and you can see that Shavara's also wearing a boot crown, but it looks like it's magical and has been sort of placed there, and it looks like it's probably bad.
Okay. I'm gonna firebolt Boothead.
Hang on. Are you firebolting the goblin with the boothead crown or Shavara? I'm just checking.
Oh no, the goblin. Yeah, obviously.
Give me the
Although
give me the
it's
dice
tempting,
catapult.
no.
I'm
I was
gonna
going to say,
catapult
put
one
on
at
your
you.
fires.
This was the moment to be petty.
Yeah, no. I guess I'm just gonna do a wink. Like I can do fire too.
Oh,
and
nice.
You
Yeah.
haven't seen any of the fire.
Okay,
It's on
so
fire.
I rolled a 3, so I'm definitely going to use Tides of Chaos.
Yes.
And that is a 24
Yes,
to
that
hit.
hits it. Absolutely.
And it's
Hello.
2d10
2d10
fire damage.
Fire damage. It's not
So
got many hit
that
points.
is 10 points of fire damage.
Describe how it burns to crisp.
It's like I'm throwing a tennis ball of fire on its head and it just bonks it on the head and it falls over.
Love a good bonking. Love a good bonking. What a bonk.
So much bonking.
I disagree.
So you just your firebolt is
Yeah.
hits it in the head, and it just collapses to the ground, still smouldering, still screaming, but definitely dying or very nearly dead anyway.
Me.
Yeah, it's
That's
grim.
amazing.
And the
Beautiful.
kobold in the woods was already dealt with. There is one kobold still on Alpinet's shield.
Sake.
Just mop it up with your spiritual weapon, can't you?
Well, exactly. Will you get off?
The other 3 goblins are still running. They're potentially still in range if you wanted to like fire at them from range. It's up to you. We're not out of initiative yet. Just talk me through what you want to do, because there are 3 goblins still running. They will have a turn before everyone else except Naomlin. Naomlin, you are under a cart, but they've already moved 30 feet away from you. You have to run after them to catch up with them. Do you want to do that? You can let them go.
Yeah, I could if I wanted to, but I don't. I'm just gonna step out from underneath the car. I think she like does like a, you know, like when people are playing with their daggers and they can like flick them and stuff like that. She like does that and then puts them into her belt and just starts to walk over to the bush where she knocked out the kobold and just start dragging them out.
Nice.
No problem. I'm presuming the kobold on your shield will be summarily dispatched by the 2 of you, because you both have a turn.
What I'd like to do, I mean, I'd like make a roll for it if I can, is sort of, having been trying to shake it off, then just go bam and smack the shield on the ground with the kobold on it. So like squashing a rather large, insect of some description.
Shavara, would you help with this? Not with the squashing, but with like taking it out.
I mean, if necessary, but they look like they've got it under control.
Fine. Okay.
I mean, they've also got a head that can eat it
This is true.
if
Yeah.
required. So
Would you be sniping the goblins running away? Would you let them go?
the furthest I've got is 60 feet, so no.
The what, sorry?
The furthest distance I've got is 60 feet, so they're already beyond, I think.
The furthest distance you've got...
The furthest distance cantrip I've got is 60 feet.
Oh, cantrip.
So
I understand. Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not casting any spells on those.
No, not now.
No,
exactly.
cool. And Coriolis, are you firing any more fire bolts at them as they run?
Wait. Oh, yeah, because I've got long range. Yeah, absolutely I am.
Nail it.
Okay, they can move 60 feet around in the 30 feet. Can you roll me 2 more attack rolls, please?
So... for sake! That's a 9 and a 16.
Okay, you make 2 more tennis balls of fire and throw one, which just boom, 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 bounces out of the way. But the other one does bonk one on the head as it goes. Roll with the damage on it.
That is 18 points of fire damage.
Oof.
You came here for the D&D, but you stayed for the bonking.
I feel like we need a bonk emoji for the chat now.
Oh yeah, that might be obscene. I don't know.
No,
It's a little flaming tennis ball.
Yeah, it's like a
that's
tennis
it,
ball
yes.
and they like bounce.
I mean, the bonk.
Yeah.
The bonk has been many. There's been many different kinds of bonk. So we need a sort of. We need a
catch-all bonk.
a catch-all bonk that's not rude. I'll talk to
word.
the mods.
Yeah, bonk with an E or something.
Bonk.
Q-U-E.
A Danish bonk. Bonk.
With little like quotation marks around it, as if it's moving.
I'm sure the mods will have fun. Yeah.
Bonk.
One of the goblins, as it's running, one of these fiery tennis balls bonks it in the head, and it just falls to the ground. The tennis ball sort of bonk, bonk, bounces up and down it a few times, very much setting it alight, and then fades out. The other one misses entirely. You've got the knocked out kobold. That was achieved. The Biogar is very much dead. All the other kobolds have been taken care of. The only thing I need you all to decide on what you do as this situation calms down, and where we'll pick up next time, is do you sort out the fire in the woods that you started?
I have nothing to facilitate
Yeah, I
such.
don't
I was going to say Halbernet is not going to move to do that. If everybody else is going to, then he will go. Oh, all right then.
I mean, I
But-
could do frost damage to
That
the
would
trees.
put fire out.
Thomas would definitely ask if anyone had anything to deal with that.
Oh, all right then. I start destroying the trees further by making them cold.
If you target your rays of frost at the flames, you can slowly make the fire simmer down, and it won't spread.
It depends how long it's going to take, because
Oh.
if it takes more than 5 minutes,
No.
my patience runs out and I stop.
Nowhere near, not at all. The couple of cantrips will calm it back down again.
I was going to say, I'm thinking Halbernet can help because he does actually have mage. They actually do have mage hand, and so cast that and start patting. Yeah, start patting out bits all over the place.
Oh, I have mage hand.
You can start doing that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely.
If I see your mage hand, I'm just like, oh, all right.
Oh, this is quite
Probably-
fun. I like this.
Use his shield for he wouldn't get close to any of the big
Scary
fire flames, but yeah, stuff on the edges.
Right, so you all prevent forest fires, and that's where we'll pick up next time.
I'm not sure
Prevent
I
forest fires, kids.
prevented forest fires so much as starting
Look,
forest
Smokey
fires.
the Bear said only you can prevent forest fires, not only you can not start forest fires. There is a
Yes.
world of difference. As long as you prevent it, doesn't matter if you started it. Anyway, that's where we're going to pick up next time. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us for the first session of the Anvil of Dumathoin. Oh, that was delightful silliness. Thank you very much, everybody. Good stuff. If you enjoyed tonight, we are playing every Tuesday from 7 p.m. GMT to a roughly 11 p.m. GMT. That's roughly 11 a.m. Pacific time until roughly 2 p.m. Pacific time. So join us for these streams. There will be 8 episodes of this, so we're going over the next couple of months. Do join us for the rest of that. And again, a massive thank you to Ludia for giving us the opportunity to play in their world and play these lovely characters that they've created and tell their story, which we'll be telling more of throughout the rest of the campaign. We're also playing on Mondays at the moment. We're also streaming Gloomfalls on Baldur's Gate, which I am also DMing, so that's on Mondays. There's another 4 episodes to go before that ties up, so yes, join us for some vampiric undead nonsense on Mondays. And then on Saturdays, we also stream Talk Together, which is our lovely talk show where various of our casts and players talk to David Shears about D&D and their experiences with D&D. So come and join us for that on Saturdays. That's also at 6 p.m. GMT, which is about 10 a.m. Pacific time. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and you can find our content archived on our YouTube channel. The link will be in chat. There are also podcast versions of all the shows, and again, just search Roll Together RPG on any podcast provider, and you will definitely find our shows, and you can see more of what we are up to. Again, humongous thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. The link is in chat. Do join us and be part of our Patreon club of dice heads if you fancy finding out more about what we do and how we do it. Thank you very much, everybody, and join us on social media. We are Roll Together RPG on all the different social medias. That's Twitters, the Instagrams, all the rest of it. Cool. I think that's it from us. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
See you all soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.